for starvation, just don't smoke. You want to get a news update, my brother, don't spoon. You want to know what is happening, moreover, don't spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just don't spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, don't spoon. Yeah, don't spoon. Yeah, don't spoon. You from Funjama, Maryland, don't spoon. Yeah, don't spoon. If you eat kebab, congratulate my brother, don't spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, don't spoon. Yeah, don't spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you got today? Spoon TV. Yes, what you got today? Spoon TV. Spoon Spoon Entertainment. Go on the spoon. Yes, I information. On the spoon. To be Spoon television. Yes, I Spoon radio station.
Yo, they say from the freaking Bay, Gabriel, yo. Well, thank you, Honorable Stenable of the ALP, Mankinto all platform guests. Ladies and gentlemen, ALP Nakamba Egise. This time around, you're not going to look and go, catch your Buddha.
Fellow Liberians, these are the people that expect to get a second term in office. These people.
We must apply the same approach to human rights as Liberia's justice sector works to address reported cases of gender-based violence, some of the worst forms of child labor and human trafficking, as well as the legacy of war crimes. These abuses must be confronted for their own sake, as well as to ensure a broader system of accountability, good governance, and rule of law.
Yes, I, a special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, to spoon you ain't know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Monrovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Fonjema, Maryland, to spoon. To spoon. If you eat kepan, gradually, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. To spoon. You wanna get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, man, you back today. Spoon TV. Yes, man, you back today. Spoon TV. Spoon Bada 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 bada. Skiddy biddy dabado.
Okay, so it's another great day in Monrovia. I'd like to say welcome to all of you across the country and across the world as well for joining us tonight on another edition of the program, the Late Night Show, the Late Night Politics on Spoon. Thanks to those of you who make up time to watch this program every night, those of you coming on here to express your views in the comment section. We appreciate you a whole lot. And so the Late Night Show is where we talk about the different issues of national concerns. Here we come up with opposing views. We talk about the unfoldings and we get to express ourselves with an eye on the bigger picture, which happens to be the interest of our country. On this very platform, we agree and we disagree. But at the end of the day, we protect the interests of our country because that's what matters the most. So I'd like to say welcome to the show tonight. My name is Nelson Kohler, and on this edition of the program, we are going to have the program coming to you into two segments now. The first segment of the program is going to run up to 2:25, 2:30 thereabout. And that first segment, of course, is going to be dedicated to the folks. In fact, they have paid for that slot to be able to adequately exhaust what their agenda is. I'm talking about folks who support the Unity Party. They're going to be here for the first segment. And then the second segment, as usual, is going to be open. It's going to be an open panel where we're going to have everyone coming in to express themselves on those different issues of national concerns. So up to 2:30, we'll be here on the first segment of the program, and we will have time to take your calls as well. Um, and so we're going to have four persons on the panel tonight. Jerry Nimpan is going to be joining us. Sheikh Sharif is already in the background. I see him, he's backstage. And Alfred Cornwall as well. I understand we're going to have Ami joining us and other folks right here on the program on this first segment of the late night show. And we're going to dive deep into those, the folks are going to dive deep into the pillars of the Unity Party with key emphasis on macroeconomic stability and infrastructure, talking about the health, wash, the environment and climate change, and of course other areas. Talking about capacity development, a lot more. They're gonna dive into here. What does the Unity Party intend to do? How does the Unity Party intend um, to adequately address some of the problems, some of the issues in those different areas? So it's gonna be an interesting conversation here tonight as we move on with the show. And then we will come back on the second segment of the program to be able to talk about the other issues. So, again, welcome to the program. Let me go across quickly now to bring in the guys. I see Jerry Nimpan from Palokin is on the show tonight. Welcome. You are muted, Jerry. I think you have to unmute. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. But man, the code knocked me down recently. It's not easy, but
Yeah, I mean, the guys have been asking. They said, "Where is Jerry? Where is Jerry? Why are we not seeing Jerry?" Mobile, welcome to the show.
Thank you, brother.
What's there on the neck? What's going on?
I slept on my neck, so I went to the hospital. They gave me some pills and they put it on my neck. So
Hmm.
yeah.
How come? How?
No, I slept on it, man. Like normally when in the morning I wake up, the whole stuff are like it was pinning me like crazy. So
Sorry
I got
about that.
yeah.
Yeah. So let me bring in Sharif. Sharif is here to join us as well. Sharif, welcome to the show. And I see Alfred is here. Welcome, guys.
Mobile, I thought you got hit by a truck.
yeah, it's a
No,
pleasure, bro.
Nelson, you know what happened to that man, that Zoga man? He didn't have enough time to sleep. He came on the show, ate all of the time, and by the time he went to bed, it was like 2-3 hours. He didn't have to wake up again to go start his day. All that didn't put stress in our neck. I've been there. I know what I'm talking about, brother. That what happened. You sleep
You've
well.
been where? You've
You
been
been
where?
where now?
You've
I've
been
been
where?
there. I've
You
been
want to
there.
start? You want to start politics?
No. But let me tell you, I wouldn't sit here to allow you to attack Mobile and
No,
even
I'm
blow
not
up.
attacking him.
Thank
I'm
you.
not attacking him. I'm telling you
So
about
the fact that you had no,
day-to-day
listen, the fact
activity.
that you had a terrible experience, you went down some dangerous rabbit hole, doesn't mean that Mobile went down that very dangerous rabbit hole as well. But anyway,
Unfortunately, you are interpreting what I just said. Yeah.
okay, no, I think I got you, but I want to say thank you for joining us. Thanks to all of you guys, and this may be strange, but to our audience, I want to say that we're gonna have the show like this. Of course, the first segment of the show, um, the first segment of the show will be dedicated to this. Of course, the guys up here have made payments for that to be able to throw some light on the pillars of the Unity Party, and that's what we're going to be doing up to 2:30 for the first segment of the show today. Hopefully tomorrow we'll start earlier so that we'll be able to exhaust the 1 hour 20 minutes or so. So again, let me say welcome, Jerry. It's good to have you here tonight. I'd like us to kickstart uh, the discussion talking about how the Unity Party intends to address some of those key areas. You guys up here are aware, you're equipped, you're knowledgeable enough to expand on those different areas and how um, Liberians are going to be impacted by the level of concentration that the Unity Party intends to give to those areas. So let's start with the pillars, especially the aspect that has to do with the macroeconomic stability and infrastructure development. I think that's something that Liberians are very much concerned about, and we can kickstart the conversation from there. So we start with Jerry. We'll give you 3 minutes, Jerry, because we have like 35 minutes to do this. So we give you the first. Okay, let's make it 5 minutes. We'll give you the first 5 minutes, and then it goes across to the guys up here. So let's start with you, Jerry.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here. And you know, Joe Barker crafted an acronym called ARREST. It's agriculture, rules, rule of law, and education, sanitation, and tourism. But let me throw a light on the macroeconomic stability. You know, the Unity Party is one of the parties that have the best platform to ensure that we rescue our country. We are much more concerned about ensuring that we have, effective, and efficient economic management. Because management is extremely key in all that we do. How do we ensure economic stability? We have to be efficient. And when we talk about being efficient, it's about making sure that all of our economic programs that we intend to implement is cost efficient and cost effective.
Okay.
Wasteful spending, how to manage wasteful spending, how to ensure that we do not get involved into wasteful spending. That is to prioritize major sectors that are important that could facilitate economic growth. For example, I'll give you an example. If you decide,
Jerry, are you with us?
I'm going Nemo.
we want to create jobs. Sorry, I have some technical glitches. We have to create jobs. You don't. Where do you put your money? Is the critical issue. Because if you raise the revenue, it means you have to take the money and put it somewhere that is going to come back. Government does not make profit, but government do investment. So if you are efficient, it means you are much more concerned about where you put money that you not spend it this year and spend it next year, like the way the payroll can be that you have to spend the payroll every day, every month. For example, if you take your money and say, okay, what we'll do, we'll put like $5-6 million US in agriculture in this county. Since like Lofa County is the bread basket, or Nimba County, for example. If you put that money there, and then you make sure you empower the public work ministry that people will have access to the market. You're not putting out money again. The only thing you're expecting now is the returns. So we're talking about efficient economic management. When we talk about prudent fiscal management, and it means that, you see, the last time the CDC government failed the fiscal transparency test, in the results, that you're not you're doing government business as though you're running, some kind of crooked G thing. We're going to make sure the Unity Party is promising the Liberian people that we will ensure a prudent fiscal management. I'm not an economist, but I'm a development specialist. I understand that.
Okay. So yeah. Just lend your thoughts on that aspect.
Yes, you are asking a question. You can come in.
Okay, yes. So you are talking about the macroeconomic stability aspect of this entire thing, but it comes in twofold, right? There is also the infrastructure development component of the question that I asked, which I think you haven't addressed. So you can take maybe 45 seconds to do that, because your 5 minutes have already been exhausted.
Really? No, it can be true, Nancy.
I'm looking at time. I'm looking at the time, Jay.
So let me learn on my thought and come to the infrastructure development you talk about. When we talk about making sure, because you see, restoring confidence in our monetary sector, there are so many things. I'll come to the infrastructure thing. So when we talk about stabilizing the economy, you got a lot of stuff. There are so many areas that you can make your intervention. How do you intervene in the economy? The Unity Party is telling you that we would restore confidence, in our monetary and financial sector, because the farmer that is making sure to produce, like I said, all the products, they will have somewhere that when they take that money, you can monitor it. You can do it through a loan process. You can do it through the non-banking sector, but only the banking sector can regulate that. You will make sure you promote like agriculture, forestry, and all these things that I said. So it means if you're doing that, you must accompany that with infrastructure development. How do you do it? Construction of storage facilities across the country. You must construct storage facility, and that will be facilitated by our 100 days plan, which is to make no car being stuck in the mud. Because if the people produce their goods or have the agricultural products and they cannot easily bring it to Monrovia, there must be somewhere. That's why the Liberia Petroleum Regulatory, Liberia
Refinery.
LACRA will be empowered, because they will monitor the production, they will monitor how people come to the market, and all of these things are very important. And that's why when we talk about roads, because we are interested in making sure that there's confidence, and people must be motivated to ensure that they have all these things. Because if I can go to Pelican and produce my stuff. How do I bring it to the market? If I cannot bring it to immediately, I must be able to store it somewhere. So that's the infrastructure aspect. So building the infrastructure is very, very important in all of what we discuss. So that's why I can say to you for now.
Let's come to you, Sharif. Sharif, I want you to throw a little bit of light on this as well. How is the Unity Party going to address the issue of macroeconomic stability and infrastructure development?
Yeah, so Nelson, first of all, before this government took over from the Unity Party, our GDP per capita was $706.
Okay.
And when CDC came into power today, our GDP per capita is $597. So that tells you this government has retrogressed our economic system. We understand that there was challenges during the 2020 coronavirus, but again, the lapses falls on the CDC simply because they did not put a good mechanism in place on how to tackle that health crisis. And the government did receive funds on how to stimulate the economy, on how to provide food assistance for our citizens. They ate that money and they deny our people that help, that stimulus package that would have assist our people during that critical time. And when we talk about the economic challenges and also what the Unity Party is intending to do, we look at our macroeconomic system in our country. We look at our small business people. Oh, getting feedback somewhere.
Everyone is muted. So
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay,
so,
yeah, go ahead.
So the macroeconomic sector, we see our small businesses like the mom and pop shops, our brother and sister that are selling the wheelbarrows. So when these people need to have access to funding. So if you're a Liberian right now, I'm speaking to you, the Liberian. If you have a business idea and you want to go out there to do business, but the challenges you don't have the capital to start. The government can provide you.
So Sheriff, so we want you to talk it the Liberian way. You know, so BB Bogne, you gotta break it down.
Okay.
You're
No problem. Okay.
Way,
So
for communication purpose.
my people, when we talk about macroeconomy, this is what we're talking about. So let's say you get small idea, you want to start cold water business, you want to open cold water factory, but you don't have money in bank or you don't have money in Susu for you to go and start a business. The government is supposed to be there to help you. The government have that money that they keep aside every year in a budget to assist or to help you, the citizen. So what are the United Party government going to do when we come to power? When you need money to do that small business, but you not get nothing, you not get your money in America. But you have that idea. You're a smart business person. You come to us and then you apply. When you apply, and they will give you that money, and then you do business. When
So,
you do business,
are you saying that basically that the Unity Party is going to come up with a program or some sort of a scheme or whatever that will be able to empower those small businesses, either with fundings or put the requisite framework in place that will ensure that they have access to funding?
Oh yes, that program. The fact of the matter is the program has been there. It was the CDC government that came and got rid of it. Unity Party had a program there, and it ran from 2005 all the way to 2017. When you go there, they give you small money, you go do your business, and then you pay back small, pay back small, pay back small. That's how a country is supposed to work for you. And again, when we talk about infrastructure, this is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
The infrastructure, if we're talking about there, is talking about this right here. If you look at the hospital, our hospital system, and also the hospital are not good. We don't get good medication there. The rules are bad. If you look at our governmental building, the building where the government people are working, the building and they're not in good condition. Then you look at our school building, everything falling apart. Like for example, you see Tubman High, the building falling apart. You look at LU, the University of Liberia, no chairs, nothing there. People standing up to listen to their professors. These are the things we need to be working on. We want you, when you wake up in the morning, you must be able to go to Maryland and come back. You must be able to go to Grand Crew and come back. You must be able to go to Lofa and come back the same day. That's what we're talking about infrastructure. Right now, for people that are living in Grand Crew, they can go there today. When you get on the road now, that are 2 weeks. If you want to go to Maryland, it's even worse. So that's why we're coming in to fix it. JMB say when he get into power the first 100 days, he will make sure that you will be able to see your family. You're able to go see your grandma that you have not seen in years. The road will be fixed and you'll be able to see them. That's why we're asking you to vote for Joseph Nyuma Boakai. He's the #1 on the ballot. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now let's move to Cindy. We'll come to Alfred, but let's take Cindy. Cindy, welcome to the show. Now, I'd like to kickstart this aspect of the discussion with you, specifically on the area that has to do with human capacity development. The human capacity development is a key component of everything we're talking about here. How does the Unity Party intend to address this? The rescue train that you support, how does that rescue train intend to address the issue of human capacity development?
Well, Delphine, thank you. Good evening to you, gentlemen, and to our listening audience and all of those Liberians and everyone following us. Look, very good pillow. In fact, the human capacity development is pillow 3 on the rescue mission platform. Now, the first thing is the Unity Party and JMB recognizes that every country greatest or most important resource is the human resource. That's what JMB recognized. JMB say in any country we live in, the people are the most important resource we get. He said without those people as a country, we can't go nowhere. So now if we recognize that the people are the most important resource we have, then how can we build those people up to their potential so that they can contribute? They can play a role in developing our country and moving it from where we are to a better place. So that's what JMB and his team recognize. How are we going to improve human capacity? What JMB and the rescue team want to target. The first thing is, let's improve the education system in the country. So the first thing what we're doing is we are targeting the youth, the young people. The young people are the future of the nation. The young people build the nation. The young people are the strength of a country. So JMB is saying, let's improve our education system. And let's start it from even primary school. Let's ensure the first thing that the schools are conducive. That means the place the children going to go learn, the places are good.
So how is this going to happen? Talking about making sure that the schools are conducive. Is there any roadmap? Is there any blueprint to how this is going to happen? Let's address that aspect as well. Yeah, but you can go ahead. You still have 3 minutes to.
Nelson, with the JNB, with the Joseph Yuma Boakai leadership, what you expect is prioritizing what is most important. The issue we face now with this government is that they don't have their priorities in place. JNB have a plan in place to prioritize our education. Okay? He says that we have the money, we have the resources, our nation have the resources. Instead of wasting money on paying for unnecessary things, wasteful spending, let's cut the wasteful spending, use that money and put it into the education system. Okay? Build the right, improve the school buildings, train the right teachers, pay them timely and effectively, so that their focus can be on educating our young people. So that's starting with the primary schools, secondary schools. JMB is saying that when I become president, I will ensure that your colleges, your public universities and colleges are not messy as they are now. We have the money. It's the issue, the matter of prioritizing those areas. So the current government does not recognize the importance of building the young people, the young man. And that's why places like the UL, the University of Liberia, is not prioritized. You see it today, is like a death trap. Students standing up, the buildings are leaking. JMB said we're going to face those areas.
So how is that going to be different from what this administration has consistently spoken about, talking about the free tuition policy? How is this human capacity development going to be different? How is it even going to be better from that of what this government has consistently spoken of?
Well, this is where the government failed, Nelson. The idea to provide free tuition is a good idea. But you cannot provide free tuition, quote unquote free tuition, when the teachers are not getting paid on time and the environment for learning is not conducive. You know very well in Liberia, unfortunately, when teachers are not getting paid on time, police are not getting paid on time, that's where corruption starts. That's where it is. So now you're saying the education is free, but the students are buying all the pamphlets. The students literally are paying your teachers. They are paying your university, your college instructors through bribery. We know that. So JMB is saying that the first plan here is that we're going to put well-trained professional in the classroom. We're not just going to take one Munya sedition or one high school graduate or maybe someone with their first college degree and put them at LU, for instance. And when we take the trained individual and put them in the classroom, we will respect their profession and we will pay them. That's what JMB is saying. Another thing is, let me add to that, the human capital building, right? Capacity building.
Yeah, you have
Vocational
one.
school must
You can do that in 45 seconds, so we move on.
vocational school must be prioritized, and that's on the platform. That's on the JMB platform. JMB said we are going to prioritize vocational school. So now we are focusing on people that want to earn their high school diploma, their college degree. But what about the people that just want to go and learn their small trade so that they can also contribute to society? The plumbers, the electrician, the mechanics, and so forth. So JMB is saying we are going to improve the vocational institutions, hire the right people to train those people that just want to go, learn their trade, and contribute to society. So those are some of the areas that JMB is going to target. The new administration under Mr. Boakai is going to target to improve and build a human capacity.
Thank you very much, Sandy. Yeah, you wanted to make a quick point, and not more than 20 seconds.
Yeah. You know, the reason why education is important, my people, because if we say we want to do what we call the merchandise farming, we want to improve health, we want to do any other thing, people must know both for it. If you say, I want to bring agriculture benefit, people got to go to school for it. If you want to improve health, people must go to school for it. And there was a time they used to say millennial development goal. That time it was just like almost kind of graduate. But then what we on now is sustainable development goals. It means that we move from plenty of people coming just to graduate is to look for the best out of the best. So JMB is telling you that we'll go for quality and not quantity, because we want to get the best. Like if you see Sandy that sitting there, a PhD they man doing so, you know, fun. So you see people like that, he can go sit down to JFK and say, no, the other machine, it can't work. For you to make that man to come and work, operate DNA machine, you must train a man. For that man to come operate the other machine, you must can't train the other man. A man say, I want you my machine to be the one. So everything about education is very key. That's what JMB telling y'all. That will not just say we pay school fee, we'll make sure that if you pay your school fee, you must get it best. The way you see BWI looking, you want to get plenty of BWI across the place. Like my little brother who coming graduate from BWI, that man can tackle computer and put it upside down. That's the kind of quality we're talking about.
Thank you. Now let's go to governance and the rule of law. And I'm going to kickstart this discussion with Alfred. Governance and the rule of law is a very cardinal pillar of is any civilized society. Of course, for the society to function well, there should be a structure in place that will be able to address that. Under this unity party administration that you all are fighting for, if the Liberian people were to give the unity party the chance to steer the affairs of the country, how does the unity party intend to address the issue of governance and the rule of law? From what angle are they going to improve on it? Is the Unity Party going to improve on it? What are some of the specific areas that are going to be of concentration to the Unity Party? Let's hear from you, Alfred. Welcome to the show.
On governance and rule of law, JMB intends to first of all tackle the issue of security. Look at our police today. Our police have become partisan police. Under the administration of JMB, the Justice Ministry will be as independent as it should to ensure that the rule of law is adhered to. Our police officers will be well paid. Members of the Armed Forces of Liberia, NSA, immigration, all these security sectors that we have in the country will be structured and ensure that our people are safe. Now, let's talk about the rule of law in the courts. Under JMB, the court will be independent. If you on a show, somebody did wrong to you and you go to court, the court will hear you. You don't have to be attached to anyone in the government. Your brother does not have to be the deputy minister before the judge in the court will hear your case. Today in Liberia, the cases are just mounting to the court. It's just mounting to the court. When you have money, that's the only time your case will be heard. What JB going to do? JB going to ensure that people are trained, lawyers are trained and paid by the government to make sure if you come to the court and you don't have money, those that are trained and employed by the government, they will be there to take your case and plead on your behalf. There's big country within you see who say now so. They got lawyers in the courtroom. They graduate from school, someone in the government send them to school, they graduate and they come back to the court. The government pay them to make sure if you come to the court, the person are coming to you to court with, you coming to court with, and the person get money, you can have equal and fair ground. He should not use his money to intimidate you. The lawyers will be there to make sure that justice is for all, no matter where you are. And I want to say this quickly. The first thing JMB going to do in the era of rule and law, JMB going to make sure to declare his asset. That's the first place he's going to start from. That's the first place he's going to start from. JMB going to declare his asset. We're going to know how much JMB coming in our government with. And everybody else that he will appoint to ministerial position, ministers, deputy ministers, commissioners, everybody will declare their assets so we can know how much money you come into in government with, because we will do lifestyle audit. If you keep in the government without money and after 6 months, you get someone a mansion, you will tell JMB and the Liberian people how you make that money to get a mansion in 6 months when you're making $2,500 as a salary as a minister. So that's the first step to governance, by leading by example. JMB going to declare his asset. He will tell how much he get. The last 40 years, where everybody talking about that he went in government, he will tell all what he been keeping in our 40 years, will know all his assets, everything. And everybody else that coming, they will have to declare their assets to ensure that money are not stolen in the government. Let me just quickly go back to the macroeconomic stability that most of our colleagues have been talking about, and I like to stress this point really quickly. That JMB will do. JMB going to restore a friendly environment where people can bring their money in the country to invest. There will be no bribery. There will be no play to pay, where you have to give certain people money in the government before they can give you access to the country. This is what we see in the government here. Investors want to come to the country, but you have to bribe certain people in the government before they can give you access to come to the country. Under JMB, that will not happen. And another thing I also want to say when it comes to the issue of economic
so
look,
you have 45 seconds to wrap up.
Thank you. The government instead will have to invest. No government around all the big countries you see around the world, they have to invest. And one of the key areas, if we want to see real growth, is electricity. The government has to prioritize electricity. We are growing as a people. The Mount Coffee over there was built for 500,000 people. Moreover, that's what it was built for. It can take everybody. So under JMB, we're going to change that dimension. We're going to prioritize key areas in electricity to make sure we can look at the St. John River between Bon and Margibi County and say we'll find somewhere here and invest into electricity by putting another hydro. We'll not depend on Mount Coffee alone. We're going to diversify the issue of electricity and look for key Liberians. Let me tell you, there are rich Liberians around the world who want to invest in our country, and we will look for them. We'll give the electricity set up to them to prioritize it, to make sure that our people receive electricity. It will not be only Mount Coffee alone. Thank you.
Okay, so thanks a lot.
Can I get 20 seconds just to say something small?
I think Mobile wants to come in.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
my brother already emphasized on the security issue and the rule of law. I just wanted to tell you, in every country, right, before the rule of law, right, people respect it. First of all, you got to strengthen the judiciary system. Got to be independent. If the judiciary system is independent, your law will be straightened. You'll find out that it will be effective, and you will get accountability from the police, the military, and everybody will abide by the law. But if the judiciary is not effective, it's not transparent, then you'll find out that your entire security sector will be messed up. So being you have said it all, but I just want to chip in that JMB will emphasize more he will work on the judiciary system to straighten out the judiciary system so that the justice system can be strong, can be independent, and the police, the military can work independently without the interference of anybody down to the police, down to the president or anybody. That's why I want to chip in.
Okay, so yes, you wanted to come in. We're about to go to the
Yeah.
final aspect that has to do with the last two aspects that has to do with health, sanitation, wash, and all of that, and also youth empowerment. That's where we're gonna end up and take some calls before we move into the final segment of the program, where we'll bring everybody on, everyone. But yeah, Jerry, you wanted to make a quick point.
Yeah. One thing I want to say to our people, because me that simple English today. When Joseph Boaga talk about good governance and rule of law that we will do, you will not be on the Supreme Court bench and read your lay opinion and say, this is why I say, then we can't move you. No, we will not do it. That the way they did to Cabinet General, we will not do that one. If LACC say, Jerry Yimpan, you are Township in Pelican and you abuse power, they will go for you. And then when we're doing that, we'll also tell our foreign people that I can bring a little money in there. Like the way the last time the government go and tell the embassy them money, and the embassy them wrote letter, it will not happen. It means that we'll tell them say, we'll not take nobody money. And the institutional like LACC, like how they call GAC, like the other institution, all of them, they will do their own thing. And the police people, no policeman will say, I can't arrest you, come to the station, I can't register your case. That whole registering case, Bene, it will not happen. Honor Joseph Boaga, we want to see the Inspector General honor whose administration that you say that and you carry your thing, then they say, can't register your case, pay 1,000. Nowhere on our law they say you can't register your case. You will go and finally, Joseph Boaga will not tell you that, buy CCTV camera, and because there's no security. Joseph Boaga will talk about rule of law and all these things. That's what we're going to do.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Jerry. So let's move to
20 seconds, please. Just 20 seconds.
We have 26 minutes to go. Hope you guys know that. Okay, so take 20 seconds.
Just to add to what my brother Jerry just said, before investors come to a country, let me just put in a simple thing. Before people bring job to the country, all the BB company there, before they come to the country, they have to look at the country report card. What that report card mean? They will look at your justice system to see how we're addressing that. They will look at our crime rate. They will look at how our human development is. They also look at our human right record. So these are some of the things they look at. But if you look at right now, the reason why that job is not coming to us, the Liberian people, we not get job. We can't afford to feed our family. We can't afford to send our children to school is because when people go on Google and they enter Liberia, the thing they can count up. They can see social drugs to our airport that they can count up. They can see 3 missing boys that there have been no justice for them. And they can also see all the auditors that they kill. These are the things that can count on Google. They're not good news for our country. We want to change our country image. So that's what we're talking about. That's what Brother Jerry was saying. So if you have good image, you get Google businesses will come into the country, your country will start flourishing, then the private sector will be booming. Now everybody get job. Everybody coming home now on time. That's what we're talking
So
about.
let's go you there. Sorry, let's go you there, Sharif. I mean, one in the background. Where is she? So we have two last areas to emphasize. To have you guys to throw a little bit of light on. I'm gonna be asking some questions on those two areas, and then we will go to the lines and take some calls. So the first one has to do with gender, youth, children, and social protection. How does the Unity Party intend to improve on that? And then we will end up with the issue of anti-corruption, and that will go across. We'll give 2 minutes each to every single person on set here to say as to how the Unity Party intend to address the issue of anti-corruption. But let's start with you. I mean, let's talk about gender, youth, children, and social protection. What's the significant change or changes you think the Unity Party is going to effectuate in those areas? You are muted. You are
I
muted.
always,
Okay.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you good.
I will touch on the children and youth protection, and and I
Yeah.
think my brothers will maybe Alfred or Shaq will help out with the gender thing. Or they can go ahead and I'll do the children and youth
But
protection.
that's your time.
Okay,
Oh, it's mine.
let me just jump in there quickly.
So Nancy, I'll just jump in and add a gender. I'll add a gender straight.
You
Let me
guys should
just,
stop
let me just
jumping.
jump
I
in
mean,
there
Let's do it
quickly.
one at a time. Everyone
yeah.
get jump all at the same time, guys.
Let me
Uh,
jump
so,
in
so
there
let's,
quickly, Sherry.
let's have
Okay, so
Alfred.
let Alfred finish. Then that's why
You
I
know what
said.
Joe Bugger would do when it comes to the issue of women, children, and the youth? The first thing, look, women are the backbone of the family.
Gender and woman empowerment.
Mama, please
Joe
mute.
Bugger going to empower more women. In fact, the thing we're talking about agriculture here, more women, statistics shows that more women, African women, are they are the key driver of subsistence farming in Africa. So what Joe Bugger going to do? All the farming thing we're talking there, more women will be empowered to ensure that Papa will come home on time. And once women are empowered, trust me, the children will be empowered. What we see in our country here today is the continuous marginalization of our women. Today, our women fighting for 30% in the legislature. When Joe Biden become president, that 30% in Joe Biden government, it will be more. Let me give you an example of Rwanda. If you go to Rwanda today, you see more women in government, top government position. And that's why we encourage the Joe Biden-led government to do. To empower more women in top level government position. It shouldn't just be men. We will have more women in top level position so that they can really put their feet down to be able to bring our country from where Joe has dropped it in the toilet
Okay.
to bring it back up. So
Thank
I can
you.
assure you, in the first 100 days of Joe Human Bwaka, watch the confirmation hearing. You will find more women, I'm talking about qualified Liberian women, taking top government
Okay.
positions.
So yeah, you just spoke of women empowerment, but Sheikh, you want to
Yeah.
come in?
So
Then we'll go to Annie.
just to buttress. Can somebody mute?
Can we all mute? Once you're not speaking, just try to mute, please. The feedback sometimes is very terrible. Yeah,
So
go ahead.
just to buttress what my brother said, during Unity Party regime, we made a lot of progress. The progress we made, we saw us electing our first female president in Africa. We had Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. And not only that, we look at we legislated laws that punish people that were raping our women. So at that time, when you rape
You
anybody,
said laws were
yeah,
legislated.
laws were legislated for rape victims to protect them and also penalize people who perpetrated such heinous crimes. And also, we also made strive into protecting our young girls, protecting them in such that we provided scholarship for them, and then they will go to school. So during early days, we saw our performance. UNDP can give a grade every year our performance was higher in terms of the rest of the world. But what happened when CDC came into power? When CDC came to the power 2017, when the first report came out in 2020, you know what UNDP told us? UNDP said Liberia performance, it was 0.650%. That means out of 162, Liberia was at 156. Out of 162, Liberia was at 156. It means that we're the battle in a class all the way down. It means we're not even making no progress. Then 2019 again, it was even worse. Then 2023, the report again that just came out this year. You know what the people say again, our report card? The people say we fail so miserably. Out of the 162, we are 154. So for 6 years, CDC 10, the only progress they made, it was just 2 places. During early days, we were among the top 10. During Unity Party, they were among the top 10. That's the progress we made. Today, the female don't have any voice in our country anymore. The rape victims, they are not getting any justice. Our sisters are not getting any justice. So we want to put stop to it. We want you, if you are a victim of it, we want your voices to be here. We also want you to be protected. We want the law to be on your side. We want the medical person to be there to treat you. That's how we therefore. And people that perpetrate that crime, we will hold them and we'll put them in jail and they will not come out. That's why we're asking you to vote for somebody who will come and do all the good things.
I want to honestly perpetrate.
Okay.
So thank you. No,
the person who doing the bad thing, the person who doing that rape, that person there will hold them and put them in jail. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks a lot. So Abby, you can come in with
yeah. So I'll touch. Shaq went into it a little bit, but I'll touch on the youth development a little bit, and like Shaq already said, and about the children being vulnerable, the girls, young girls being vulnerable, and during the last administration, the UP administration, so they can make it sounds like everything there was things put in place. People were scared to do those things to little girls, and they all. I think people used to be making fun like, oh, Edding trap when they see the little girls outside, but not anymore. Under this administration is like when you're not seeing it in the street, they're vulnerable to people raping them and nothing coming from out of it. It's either being talked family way and grown old men are getting away with it. Our children are not protected under this administration, the bottom line. And Joe Kwaka is a grandfather. He's a father, he's a grandfather. He understands that and he knows the last administration that he was vice president and he know how well they protected those girls and young children. So this is something that dears to his heart when he come to become the president. When you vote for him, he will definitely bring those laws back, if not stronger, to protect your children and make sure education be like the forefront instead of being out there and being vulnerable. And even young children, like I told you yesterday, with young boys and stuff, they're like with all these talents. We got a president that came to permanent youth football. And our children, the boys, they love football. They love being out there, something, but nothing. No academy, nothing. They just out there just vulnerable to drugs and just going, they're just taking drugs and just wasting their talents and nothing. The only time you see them is content meet. After that content meet, that's the end of it. That they're just out there. No protection, no program, nothing. And under the Joe Walker-led government, that would change. All of that would be in place for your children. And
thank you.
All this children being out there, the drugs, is going to be out of there in the first place. So that's going to be good. But your children will have places to go. They will have programs that they would have choices to go to turning their talents. And your girls, once again, will be protected under this administration.
Yeah,
Thanks a lot.
Nelson, quickly, let me just add this quickly to what you just said.
But we
That we have done touch.
we have
Our physically challenged people. I just want to take that real quickly. Our physically challenged people that have become beggars under the we administration.
Please break it down, please.
So our people that we can see, our people that someone that work cripple, they can do the normal way that we can do. Today, if you go places like run on street, you can see in wheelchair. When one person comes from the store, you see everybody running, begging for hand out. When Joseph Boaga become president, that thing will not happen again. Under Joseph Boaga government, we will pass law that will make sure that they are respected. We will make sure we pass law that they are respected and they will be supported. It will not be how they have been over the years.
Thanks a lot, Alfred. Let's hold you there. We will take calls for just 10 minutes. I just want us to make a round on this.
Yeah, okay.
We're gonna give 2 minutes each.
We're
gonna give 2 minutes to each person on set now. To say exactly what it's going to be like in terms of anti-corruption or the fight against corruption under the Unity Party administration. Our folks across the world in Liberia are listening as well. What exactly is the Unity Party going to do in terms of fighting corruption, anti-corruption strategies or whatever? We saw that on the previous administrations, if corruption first started at public enemy number one, and later turned out to be a vampire. Now we're at a stage where corruption is okay. No, let me not go there. But let's talk about what the Unity Party is going to do.
Nelson. The general thing I wanted to talk about is small.
But Jerry, we don't have time now. We can
always.
But you
didn't come to me. You say you are going around.
We can always come back. I want us to get 2 minutes. Done.
You can use
I want us to get done at 2:30 exact, and then we'll move to the next segment of the show to have an open panel where we can have other people coming on as well. So let's take 2 minutes each. If we are doing 2 minutes, it's gonna be 8 minutes, and then after the 8 minutes, we can take maybe the 5 minutes to just take calls. Yeah. So let's start with you, Moba. Anti-corruption, fight against corruption.
I think the best way to fight corruption, Joseph Boaga doing his administration, I think he would set a bureau, right? He would set a top team. First of all, I would investigate the outgoing leadership, the people who drain the country to nothing, meaning the we-are-led government. So by setting that example, by bringing people to book, people who stole on a lot of wealth from the Liberian people, I think it would send a caveat to the other people he bringing in to implore to the very ministries and other entities. And now, when you fighting corruption, like it's just like a dust, it don't have limit. You go above everyone. As long as you my brother, you fall in our identical act, you be penalized, you be prosecuted. If you found guilty, my brother, you go to jail time and all your property be confiscated. That it would be the best thing for JNB to stop corruption. Number one, look at the airport. Yeah. Look at the airport. Look at the airport. Look at our seaport today. We got a massive corruption that going on down there today. I mean the free port. Look at that scan thing they carry there. That's all. They killing our people. That's a huge corruption. Where that money going? It going in certain individual pocket. I don't want to call names because I don't want to elevate him. He getting share from that too. That CNT something they carry to the airport. I mean to the free port. So all those things, yes, all those things. Why were your first of all? Why will your goods be get a series number here, and when you go library get another series number? That's a form of corruption. It's a corruption. So all those things, Joseph Boaga will bring it to check, and we'll make sure we will stop it, and the Liberian people will ship. Yeah, I submit.
Okay. So yeah. So for the next 2 minutes, you can go ahead, Jerry. Let's hear you. The fight against corruption.
The first play Joseph Boaga said, my people, on day one, I know we beat your way bad way. in the second round. The first thing will be asking Jowiya will order the government. And you can see John Molu all on the play raising money and making sure that who spend they want, how much that you pay for 2 washer, how much that you pay they want. Everybody know who John Molu is, right? Or who John Molu was. He has not changed. So on day one, we'll order the weird government. We will not be the Jowiya who say, oh, they looted Nuka. But you been in power for 6 years, you can go and find out who looted Nuka and Nuka to persecute them or to carry them to court. So from day one, before we enter the office, we'll make sure how much dollar, who get what you are making for the last 6 years for which you build 49 building, you get it there, it's sitting down there. We'll compare your salary and we'll compare the property you get. So all I want the way Finabono building estate in Broadway, we want to know achieve a protocol who made 3,000, I know $2,000. Where you take the money from? Like first place we will start from. Then when we start dealing with those people, when you even make Jerry Yimpa a Tanchi in Peloke, you pay him $100. Then Jerry Yimpa will know that the people there that store money, they're already suffering. People building estates at the expense of you. The money that we're supposed to take and send your children to school, the money we're supposed to take to make sure and send public work to the road there in the southeast to be using the machine to back gas. People taking the money. So it means Joseph Boaga is clear. Joseph Boaga is still no money. The only thing they've been telling you, oh, Joe Boaga, oh, he's sleeping. But they will never tell you they are quote unquote 40. I know 50 years government. He still no money here. So you will not encourage anybody.
Thank you. That's what you did, Jerry.
The way Delogan steal and other pockets steal nothing. So we'll not joke with
it. Go ahead.
Don't mean why he say.
Sandy, go ahead.
On the issue of fighting corruption.
Sandy, you have 2 minutes. You should be done in 2 minutes time.
Well, yeah. Time.
207, 227.
On the issue of corruption, they are saying the guys have touched a lot on it, and I'm not going to be repetitive. But here is the thing I want to take it on another scope, right? The JNB team, the rescue team, recognizes the importance of a good healthcare system. Mr. Boaga said that when we have a good healthcare system and Liberians are able to get treatment, quality-driven, experiment-based treatment in Liberia, that's a sign of a good country. Where when Liberians are sick, they don't have to fly out of Liberia. And I heard the old man at one point using himself. He said, it is not fair that I, Joseph Boaga, get sick and have to leave Liberia. Why can't we face the healthcare system so that all of us can, contribute to our healthcare sector? Fighting corruption in that area is, as you may know, Nelson, that our healthcare system is heavily funded by foreign donors. Where is that money going? Why are we receiving so much money from foreign donors and we are not seeing the results in our healthcare system? Don't take it from me, take it from the American embassy. They said, we've been giving you money, oh. All they said, your children are sick, they're dying. Your women that go to hospital, they're dying. When you get sick, you're not getting medicine in your hospital then. We've been giving you money, oh. So where is that money going?
Okay.
Omer Boaga saying one of the reasons, the way I will fight corruption is that when the people give us that money for the healthcare, we will appreciate, we will respect the people, and we will use it the way they want us to use it. So we can put medicine in the hospital. We can put X-ray machine in the hospital. We can prioritize the mental health. Mental health is a big issue in Liberia. Nelson, we came from a war. We are not healed from that war. We still see people on the street, drugs killing people. Women Boaga said the money the people giving us, the foreigner they giving us, we prioritize it so that we improve mental health.
Thank you. That's what you did. That's what you did.
Our healthcare system will be better. Thank you.
Thank you. I think we're gonna reduce the time now as we move on. because we need to go to the phone lines. Two things is either we reduce the time to 1 minute, or we don't take calls at all. So
We gotta take
Yeah,
calls.
but-
That's it.
No, go
We gotta get
to
feedback.
brother Alfred and check. I'll
Only
waste
two
my
people.
time to the callers.
Good job.
so Alfred, let's hear you
Give
for
me 10 seconds of your time.
No, people gotta call, man. Jerry.
but yeah.
what do you
Here's
have
the
for him?
thing.
Jerry, people gotta call. Let the people interact with
But
us.
after
as
that,
well.
yeah, we gotta make the show interactive. Our people gotta call. But
Yeah.
yeah,
So you want to waive your time as well, right?
here's the thing here, my brother.
1
On the
minute.
issue of- on the
You
issue of
hear
rule
me
of
on
law.
that one, but take 1 minute.
Yeah, but yeah, on the issue of rule of law, look, Honor Joe.
No,
Walker
we're not
administration-
on rule of law again. We're talking about
anti-corruption. Yeah,
Fight against
anti-corruption. Sorry, but you know, it's used intermittently. Rule of law, anti-corruption. So yeah, but let me say this. Look, Honor Joseph Yuma Walker administration, we are going to elevate the issue of bribery to another level. Bribery in our country,
elevate bribery.
we're going to elevate it to become a serious crime. Look, in our country, can you imagine, even when the people go to get loan to the bank, the money that you're taking as loan, you got loan officers. Loan officers will want you to bribe them with the same money they come and get you to go do business. In Liberia,
30 seconds.
those are the things that Honor Joseph Walker government will stop. We talk about small business.
So how are you going to stop the loan officers from accepting bribery or portion of the money that they give to the business persons in loan? How is that going to happen?
Let me tell you this. This is what's going to happen. Look, education is very, very important. The big country we in, that is small business holding the big country here, brother Nelson. The small business. That's why by the time you get to the airport, you see all the small businesses around. That is the one holding the country, not big company. The small business. What my man Baga wale, Zoga wale can get a car. But then you cross the road, you see one burger shop. They put selling bread there and go buy it and move on there. Those are the small business holding the country. In our country, there we educate our people. When you go to the bank, and somebody asks you for money, that you're not supposed to ask for, report it, and then we'll deal with them.
To award the whistleblowers too.
We will sell money aside to award people for doing that. That's what we're talking about, becoming a good citizen.
Thank you.
Thank you. So
Sherry.
we have to go to the lines now.
Sherry, dear time.
Because the central bank
I got 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes.
What?
The central bank can control all the small banks. They loan bene. When we take money, we put it here.
Okay. So Jerry, Jerry, you're not hijacking the show tonight.
So my people,
So
this is what we're talking about.
Jerry,
the anti-corruption.
Move to the next segment of the show.
The reason why we got 2 more minutes. Let me finish. The reason why we have GMB is emphasizing on anti-corruption is this. My people, the money that somebody gonna steal, that money supposed to save somebody's life. That money probably could be meant for someone who is dying at the hospital. But that money is supposed to go and buy oxygen. But because somebody stole that money, that person will die. Maybe that money is supposed to go towards a pregnant woman who is under hospital bed that's supposed to give birth. But the hospital need PPE. The hospital need the medication to keep that woman alive. The hospital need operational material to keep that woman alive. But because somebody went and stole that money that was meant for that hospital, that person cannot be treated fairly. That person will die. That's the reason why corruption is a horrible crime.
Yeah.
The government doing right now. That's the reason why when we come to power, we'll go after them. That's one of the big men that can fight the corruption called John Molu. They may get plenty of experience. He will come and will audit them and will hold them accountable. All the Jovial men you see here, all that BBK you see them riding, we will take it from them. All the BB houses and the bidding, we'll take it from them. We'll take everything from them, and then the money will go back to you that bring people. Because every year we can get money from our partners. America can give up plenty of money every year. European Union can get plenty of money, and even our resources to get a lot of money. But if somebody take all that money and put it in their pocket, that are meant for everybody, is it fair? It's not fair. Oh, that our money, so we'll go after them. So JMB say you must vote for him, and y'all know JMB been in the government for more than 30 years, and he never stole anybody money. So they made an honest man and get clean. They made a reverend. So they made a government. So we're asking you all to come and vote for Joseph Yuma Boakai. The man will face our control. That normal day we're talking about will go back to normal day. And Papa will come and please I say there again. But thank you.
The man will not be first prophet like Jeremiah. The man will not be first prophet like Jeremiah.
So let me say this. From tomorrow, the mute button will be activated for warning. And
but I finished exact on time.
Man, that's it. We won't be on the time for today. But again, shortly we'll come up with a second segment of the show. It's gonna be open to everyone. But let me pin the WhatsApp number now. You can call in, and we'll take just few calls. So as to create time for the next segment of the show. I see some folks are already backstage. We're going to bring them on. And let me activate the lines here. Okay, so call me up on that number on the screen. That's the WhatsApp line. You can call and you'll be live on the show. But our local line is 0555-101075, 0555-101075, and you'll be live on the program tonight. Let's take this person. Hello.
Hello, Nelson. How you doing, sir?
Yes, sir. I'm okay. It's good to have you. Your name and where you call from?
My name is Emmanuel Foy. I come from Pennsylvania, USA.
Okay. Go ahead. Let's hear you. You have an input to make, or you have a question for any of the panelists?
I do have an input to make. First of all, I want to say thank you, and thank you to all the panelists. And Jared, please, you need to give us on the call. You talk too much. Just kidding. I love to talk about just my black eye government. I want to just my black eye government. How will be like? Our system will be reconstructed by putting the right people in the power. And what I mean by putting the right people in the power, we're going to do a rightful vetting process. We're going to get people who are willing and able to do the job.
Thank you.
Unlike the cities, I'm not done, sir. I'm not done.
Yeah, okay. So just take 20 seconds to get done, so we take other calls.
All right. We're going to empower our institution by nominating individuals who body the system to work with. We're going to revisit concessions agreement. We're going to make sure that all these APM seminar, settlements, fire stones, all those agreements, we're going to revisit it, and we're going to boost our judiciary system, our executive system, and our legislative system. Our branches of government are going to be respected, and they're going to be a separation of power. We're going to make sure the executive stay within the executive and the judiciary stay within the judiciary.
Thank
you. We're going to empower our economic system, our health system, our infrastructure, road construction, and we're going to make sure we have a respectful security system, not us. We are sharing security system. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Let's hold you there and take this person from the local line. We lost the call. 0555-101075 is the local number. We have the WhatsApp line pinned on the screen. Hello. Hello.
Hello, this is Anthony Gay calling. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, Anthony, go ahead.
My dear brother Sherry said on the Unity Party administration, rape cases were addressed accordingly. One notable civil case, Representative Mariah Wadey under the Unity Party administration was a representative out of District Number 2, Grand Juliet County, raped a 13-year-old girl, and he went scot-free. So a Unity Party government will turn one of the best. How come a representative, a lawmaker, went scot-free?
Thank you.
I want you to answer that question.
Good question. Thanks a lot. Let's take someone from the
Representative Mariah Willie is Anthony Mariah.
Hello.
Hello, you're live.
Yeah, I'm Christopher Inquiry. Christopher from Mumbai.
Yeah, Christopher, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, actually, I called for the JNB Bene. I forgave a JNB, but JNB Bene, my father said I will never pay my school fee again in school.
Jesus.
The government school I tried for myself. If people start school, I don't. in the phone in the morning now. So
Anyway,
you to shock you.
Okay, thank you. Hello.
I
Yeah, morning. Go ahead. Your name and where you call from.
my class country.
Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah, and I was talking
Mama,
about
please
very
mute.
recently, and I saying like, bro, go back to number day. Yes, it might be true, but I may say so. Really, no one can eradicate corruption to people. But the point is that somehow we are already made in mind to vote Jose Imambuaga as our president of the Republic of Liberia because we found nothing in the current president right now. Point of me saying this is because we said that he was son of the soul to do good things for our country. But Rabbi Barrett employ another selected minister that will have nothing to declare asset.
Thank you.
But who in two bedroom apartment and make them a deputy minister. How will that work prosper?
Thank you. Let's go you there and take this person. Hello.
Yeah. Morning.
Morning. You're live on the late night show. Let's hear you.
Thank you. This is Maurice Tama, and I call from the Curious Bird Belt.
Okay, from Curious Bird. Maurice, go ahead.
Yeah. We are satisfied with the GMB platform. Actually, unlike the Georgia, we didn't see any platform. But what we want to encourage them to do is to really implement what they have to us. We're going out there. We're going to vote. We're going to vote for them, and we really would long to see those things, those platforms. I mean, that platform of his being implemented 100%.
Thank you. Let's go you there and take this person. We'll take two more calls and then we'll wrap up. Hello.
Hello. This is Prince, and I call from Mauritius Farm.
From Mauritius Farm. Go ahead, Prince.
First, let me say, I like the question you posed to the gentleman in studio. What does he intend to do to stop corruption? When he mentioned whistleblower aspect. So my question to him is this government, this current government, not use whistleblower to inform the organization about people engaged in illicit activity? Is that not happening? I thought you were going to say, or maybe we increase the salary of security personnel so that they will not engage in illegal activity.
Thank you.
So that's my question.
Thank you. Then we take the final call. Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Yes, sir. Let's hear your name and where you call from.
I'm calling you from Beaumont.
Okay, from Beaumont. Let's hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to ask the people in studio there. They're saying that JMP is one of the best agriculturalists, but I want to know the experience he had. How many farms he ever made to put rest on the market from the time he was agriculturalist and being one of the best men, as they say. And then two, in terms of macro loan, how many millions of dollars that the government that he worked in before, the past government, ever gave the Liberian people to help themselves? And how would you trust the workers men who have getting $2.something million every year for his office, and then time like this now, people have constantly.
Oh, you are coming in with. So let me just squeeze in this person very quick. Hello.
Hello, yeah, I was the one who was talking about the network of go up.
Oh, but I thought you made your point, sir.
Yeah, I said that I'm the one that said that for JMB paying my father refused to pay my fees in school.
Okay.
Yeah, I said so. I put myself in the Kokomi school. I ain't supposed to start school out of where my phone.
Now say Maggie wants his phone number.
Maggie wants his phone number, but the number is not displaying here. I hope he can. I don't know. There's a way we'll have to work around it. Yeah, but the number is not displaying here.
Then you call his number when you call back.
Let's squeeze in this final call. Hello.
Hey, Vanessa, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Let's hear you.
Hey, I think I listened to the guy talking about that how many farms JNB. He just need to go to the statistic for Unity Party government, market the farm row, and he would know that if you do competitive analysis with the CDC government, the Unity Party have done a lot in terms of agriculture.
Thank you.
As compared.
Oh, your line. I don't know whether it's your line or my line. Okay, so but we have to go, and so we take 3 minutes to wrap up this entire segment. We have to move to the next segment of the show, and move into the debates, the opposing views, and all of that. So, but again, let me see. What is this? What is this? Sorry, guys. Okay, so Joe M. Brooks said they're relaying us. They are relaying. Guys, let's mute. Kindly mute. Oh my word.
Next time you leave on set, just call your video and mute.
Cut your webcam off. So Joe said they are relaying us from Margibi County on one of the radio stations there. Thanks to you guys for relaying us. He says they're going to be relaying all of the shows as we move on.
Oh, thank you so much.
I think he has his WhatsApp pin there. We're gonna get it and see if we can have folks to give us feedback consistently from that area as well with respect to what the process is, and then maybe we can pick up from there. So I'll come back to you guys to just do. Everyone don't have to close up. We have 30 minutes for closing, so you can decide who's doing that and what have you, and then we move to the next segment. Okay, Alfred, go ahead.
Thank you.
Maybe let me do
that. Thank you so much. You know, the topic tonight is interesting. To our Liberian people, all the Google team will not talk. When we now have Google people around Joseph Boakai, it will be hard for Joseph Boakai to implement this thing yet. So what we're going to do, there's something the board men call governing council. It means all the wise people, you know, when Solomon living, the king in the Bible, he had wise people around him that were advising on the thing that happening outside. So Joe Boakai is going to constitute a governing council. That governing council will have the economic component. That means there will be people that know about economy. They know how the market can work. They will be there to advise him, to tell him exactly what happening also, what the price looking at today. For example, if Joseph Boakai win, we know he will win. When he win, in fact, me use the right word. When he win, there will be somebody in Joseph Boakai office. They call it the governing council. That means his job will be to tell Joseph Boakai what happening outside. If we put law now, if people not following it, that his job to go and tell Joseph Boakai, so what they say we will do, they put not following it, then we'll grab all of them and punish them for it. So every 3 months, that governing council will come together and tell Joseph Boakai, say, okay, we say we're going to put one hydro in Margibi County to get the people electricity going on our side there. How far that work is it ready now to start giving comment to the people? Somebody will be there to pay.
Thank you.
So that's what's going to happen.
Okay, so Jerry, you want to take us home on this segment? Follow King Governor.
But I think Sandy won't talk. You gotta see a hand up.
Yeah, Sandy will talk. You can't treat the.
That's Senator, you'll be the last. That's Senator, you'll be the
last.
Let
me say.
Who making Sandy the last? Who making Sandy the last?
Okay, get Sandy my time.
I am running the show, yeah.
No, get Sandy my time.
Let me say the one. The man.
Which I thought you gave it to Sandy. Okay, yeah. So
I want to say to my brother who
yeah, I'm coming now. Yeah, I'm coming. Yeah. Let's do it this way. Take 1 minute and send it. Take 1 minute.
Yeah, so can go there. Yeah, I beg you, Jerry. Please go by the time today, please. I beg you.
Yeah, go by the time. I want to say to my brother, Joseph Boakai, get loud the way Joe. We are saying that put the green fine get inside. We can see it. You say I get fine sign. You been understanding some of the people speak and all kind of cool. We've been having a late night show and people can call. Even on Spoon Talk. They may get no fun anywhere. But Joe Baga get fun in bombing. He been supporting agriculture activity. And the highest time you ever saw people buying cocoa, sending their children to school. That time Joseph Baga was to LPNCO. At the time we've been having plenty of things. All the time that we've been having good time in the country. Some of us were born in the 80s. That time we were babies. But that time Joseph Baga was in power. And the time he was agriculture minister, LPMC, all the places that time you see people planting cocoa, plenty. And by that time, people could go and buy their cocoa. And some people here today that are listening, their pa and man use their cocoa money to send it to school. That was Joseph Baga town. That's why you get what we call the lacra. And you know, that one sitting there, we call it LPMC.
Thank you. One minute.
But let me close in
But
10
you've
seconds.
already closed.
Me, I know like 1 minute, but I'm not going to agree to it. I know
and say, let's vote for Joseph Baga. All the things we said we'll do. Number one, Joseph Baga not going to allow anybody to steal money. Because when you steal money, Joseph Baga taking the country to be like the same way the teacher who can be teaching the man who can go do operation. Because if you joke with that man who can go to the hospital and do operation, and you say, I take bribe from the man to pass, how that man going to be killing people at the hospital? How Joseph Baga taking the country to be? Because if you joke with that person, that medical student who's going to go to the hospital and conduct surgery and joke with them, don't train them properly. It means that you just tell you, say, go and say you to go kill people. So Joseph Baga will not allow anybody, whoever you are, to go and steal money. The man can steal. He have not stolen. And so vote for him. He's number one on this ballot paper we're talking about here. On November 14, let's vote for the man here.
But Jerry, you can't be treating us like this, Jerry.
No, Jerry, all right now. Oh, Jerry.
Listen, no, we can't continue the show like this, Jerry. If you have 1 minute, try to wait within the 1 minute, so we'll go. But unfortunately, Sandy will not be able to make his point because we have to transition. Jerry has exhausted all of the time. We want to say thank you guys for the first segment of the show today. And we're about to transition now to the next segment. Those like Jerry is always running. I even want Jerry to run right now because I want Jerry.
I'm not running.
Those who are running can run, and then we can bring the rest of the guys on.
So actually, I am running, Nelson. I'm running. I'm going to go pick my case from the Bible study. So let me just give me
closing.
Just give me my 2 minutes now. Then
no, not 2 minutes. You're taking 30 seconds.
I'm going to respond to my brother Anthony Gay. Anthony in the chat, the comment section, asking question. So what will be your annual budget, your annual revenue, and all of that under the JMB administration? But then he came on the show instead of asking that question, and he talk about somebody raping. Anthony, point of correction. Let me correct you quickly. The guy, the representative from Grand that did that raping back those days is Morris. His name is not Morai. He's not a woman. He's not a Morai. It's Morris.
I get information good in Kanto.
So I wanted to make sure you get that. But let me go to the serious point. Look, the issue this government is faced with, the primary issue I always say on this show is that they have incompetent people in position and they are corrupt. In order to increase Liberia budget from that 784 million, I believe that's what it is. We want to increase that money to over 2 billion. In fact, billion for 2 billion for 5 million people. That's small. A small country like Rwanda has far more than that. So the JMB team is going to be strategic. One of the areas we're going to focus on is how to improve our revenue generation through well-functioning taxation. Also, utilize the resources that we have in the country, make better deals. Those concession agreements, revisit them, ensure that they are, structured in a way that it benefits Liberia. Thirdly, our tourism sector is poor under this administration. JMB and the team have a better plan so that Liberia can be a welcoming environment. so that Liberia can be a conducive environment that will welcome people from all angles. Let's revisit the visa to Liberia. Let's revisit security in our country. Once those are improved, visa is improved, visa upon arrival, or even free visa entry to a lot of our neighboring country and other countries. So that so that people can come and enjoy our country, spend their money in our country, let the money stay there with our people. Thank you. It's been an amazing one. I may be back and meet you guys, but I know as soon as I go in the background, I will die there.
Your team has space. Don't worry. Your team has space.
But I have to go. I'll be back.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. And so
don't worry. Next thing I'll be leaving 11 something.
We have to transition. Now, so the guy who called, he said, I'm trying to make sense of the story, right? He said he voted for the Unity Party, and then if his father refused to pay his tuition because he voted for Unity Party, and then he entered government school. I'm not saying he's lying. At the same time, I don't want to say that the story is true, right?
They're looking fishy, eh?
Who sees the ballot for you? If you went behind the ballot box, if you went at the the polling place, you mark your ballot. Unless you come out and tell someone that you voted for John Brown or Peter Paul, who's going to know that? Anyway, that's another discussion for another day. But we want to, at this point, transition to the OP panel now. Let me bring some of the guys on in the background. I see Mickey Hill is here. Mickey, welcome to the show. The man always stuck in that little corner. Yes.
Corner of destruction.
Vasco, welcome to the show.
Y'all don't want me to go upstairs. My kids will just disarrange everything.
Yeah,
I got soldier kids.
They're supposed to take that camera or that phone from you, said, so you can rest for today. Josh, welcome to the show.
You can go rest for tonight, my brother.
Princess, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
How you guys doing, man?
Oh, we have Mikey in the background. No, we have two females in the background.
Okay, you know what, Nessie?
No, man, Georgie, you brought some country bread.
Take me all you bring out, yeah?
I did, my man. Kanya, I got Kanya here.
Okay. Time for closing. Bring me. Let me do my closing.
Certainly. So you see, Mobile gave up his space. So I'm the co-moderator now.
Yep.
The rescue missionary.
What's up,
okay.
George?
No, put me there, man. I want to be the co-moderator.
But Nelson, man, you try to add me to the chat because I would have been interested in contributing to that first segment and whatever it took, I would have been a part of it.
Okay, listen. In fact, I'm adding you to the group chat now. Okay, so now, yeah, certainly we'll do that. But again, I want to say welcome.
Yeah, Nelson, where's Sylvester? I haven't seen you on the show for a long time.
Yeah, Sylvester is in the background.
Oh, okay.
The man is working closely with all the guys here to make sure that the
Certainly.
Okay, so again, let me say welcome to everyone. For the final segment of the program now. This is where we're about to agree and we're about to disagree. And at some point it will get heated. But once you can stand the heat, then you can enter the kitchen. Let me lay the ground rules here that absolutely insults are not allowed. We have to be safer in doing that. Once it elevates or escalates to that point of insult, then we'll be left with no option but to remove whoever from the set, because this is a family show. We have our folks across the radio land and across the world on social media following as well. So let's move into the discussion. We don't have much time to be here, so maybe we'll do 2 rounds, 2 minutes each, to be able to exhaust those different issues we want to look at here quickly. But let's start the discussion with the elections. A lot of you are aware that we're going to the polls on November 14th. And in the midst of this, yesterday we were here, though we didn't come on the radio, but we had a show online, and we were talking about why the political parties were holding back, what's happening, and the endorsement from ACOP of the Unity Party, and the sideline where some folks decided to at the same time endorse the Unity Party, the CDC, why a faction of the ACOP was endorsing the Unity Party, another faction was endorsing the CDC. We spoke of that here. And then we also spoke of the decision of Mr. Cummins to abstain or stay away from the entire process, talking about whether or not he's going to throw his support behind any political party or candidate. Mr. Cummins says because of the prevailing situation, as you know, what's going on with NEC and other reasons, he will remain neutral based on the fact that they've set up a committee, a team to meet to discuss with those political parties. The executive committee of the CPP will be making the decision as to which political party to throw their weight behind. Well, it did go on that finally, you know the rest of the story, where we are now with the CPP. Now, in the midst of this, one of the major statements, I don't know whether it should be major, but one of the statements that have been consistently emphasized from Mr. Cummins was when he said during the campaign, he took onto the podium and told the Liberian people that going to the elections, if he, Mr. Cummins, doesn't win, or if the CPP doesn't win the election, they will not hesitate to throw their weight behind the opposition community. There are concerns as to why is Mr. Cummins not living up to this particular statement or comment he made during the campaign period. Well, there are different reasons provided by folks across the country, and it depends on the side you said. But let's talk about the endorsements. Let's talk about the show of support from the different political parties, from the CPP to the ACOP. Since we're on radio today, we can ably address that issue as well as we move on with this a segment of the show. So we're going to share our thoughts on this. We should start from Mickey. We're going to start from Mickey, and then we make the rounds on this particular issue. Let's talk about the endorsement from the ACOP, two factions, to the CPP. And what does this mean for our process? What does it say about electoral process and all of that?
Oh, well, good evening to the various panelists and the audience, and good morning wherever you find yourself in our globe. I don't, people have got the right to categorize their endorsement into faction or whatsoever it is. But as the saying goes, to each his own, right? When you look at as we stated yesterday, when you look at ACOP goes way beyond a political institution. That's cultural. You understand?
Can we all just mute? Can we mute, guys?
Those people believe in culture, tradition. So, and in that cultural setting, in that traditional setting, our Mandingo and Muslim brothers, they are usually they usually carry themselves based on respect of elders or for elders and their leaders. So from that backdrop, yesterday we stated there will always be deviance in every society or organization. And ACO is of no exception, right? But when you look at vast majority, north of 90% of ACO was the one that lent their support to the Unity Party. Everything else is on the fringe. So I don't want us to even delve into that conversation like it's a faction. If you want us to go to the factional aspect of it, then let's assign numbers or percentage to that faction. We can't just speak in oblivion and say it's a faction, a faction of this went to this side, a faction of at what percentage we're discussing. So I believe that is just a trivial matter. What is more important is that the root and the head of ACO endorse Unity Party. That is what is important. And with respect to anything else, is just commentary and it's just the issue of people making themselves feel good. It's self-consolation. With respect to the issue of Mr. Cummins is just that one politician in our little sense, in our setting. We always say the cat has 9 lives. Mr. Cummins is just that one politician who was given opportunity upon opportunity to make up for his mistakes, and opportunity after opportunity he made the same mistake. So I believe that what he did was cowardice on his part, and it speaks volume to him as a person. That is narcissistic to the highest degree. He placed his personal ambition over that of the people and country. So what I would say in a nutshell is that initially, my first appearance on this platform, I told you that Cummins was a dead man walking politically, and I've been vindicated. I don't see a comeback from Mr. Cummins after this decision, because whichever way you place it, right? He should, as a leader, you should be decisive. You should take a position, especially the decision it has never been easier to make. It's good versus evil. And especially when you have come out to castigate and condemn the very administration for which you ran against, and only to come back at the 11th hour when the people need you the most to say you stay on the middle ground and you can't make a decision. It speaks volume to the person of Mr. Cummins.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Mickey. So let's take Jerry. Jerry, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. All of the endorsements, the Unity Party have the sincere and non-dollarized endorsement. The CDC is the one that dollarizing all of its endorsement, including Henry and the UA family and other people with the ability faction and all of that. But let me say this to Alexander Cummins. The issue of being neutral is something that's not strange. He did it before. It's just a matter of being shamed, because you get a video where he said, "Oh, if I go to, we get to win the first round, and and then if we don't win the first round, we'll support the opposition and blah blah blah." The same Liberian people you are talking to, they are all ears. They hold you by your word. And that integrity we're talking here, they say that, and they say, oh, sometimes they go and bank on the law. Oh, lie, they all lie, integrity. But then you came to the Liberian people during the elections. You said this. So it means that they were not sincere. So everything they said they would do when they win election, it was just fake. As a word, fake is fake. But Cummins, like my brother Mickey said, leadership is about being decisive. That's the same thing he used to do in the CPP. When he and his friends go to meeting, they agree, all of them commit to a document. As soon as he goes to FE, and people say, oh, there's a Musa Benete's talk, then he will come back and say, oh, Why I said that I was representing me and my family, but at the party now I'm representing. You are not a leader, he doesn't have control. So that kind of man who's supposed to give Liberia to. That's why we say those that are supporting us, like the ACOP, like Councillor Gonglo, everyone who actually cherish Liberia will decide to support Joseph Boakai in this run. Because all of you went to the campaign and said, we was a demon yesterday. All of a sudden, you didn't even get 1% properly. You come back and say, I don't want to support anybody. It almost like saying, I know Joseph Boakai will win, but me, I want to put my hand inside. It's in a form of hate. It's in a form of hating the person. You know, Wia is a demon. Wia has destroyed our country. Why can't you be man enough, regardless of whatever? Because you know that maybe in 2029, you don't get space. And even if you were to come and say you go to Wia, 2029, you even get space. You're not popular more than certain people in our country. Joseph Boakai just wanted to accommodate you, like I always said. If you see an elephant visit your farm at night and destroy your crops, it's out of courtesy and respect because you are not people. If you come in a day to destroy your crops, it might either destroy you yourself. So when you go there in the night, go in the morning and say, Papa God, thank you. That's what we're doing to Alexander Cummins. But now you say you destroy, you didn't mean anything.
So Nelson,
let's move to
Nelson, can you? I got to attend to something. Can you bring BB on in my place, please? She wants to come on, and I got to attend to something. So can you bring BB on for me, please?
Okay. Thank you. All right. So Vasco, let's hear you. Go ahead. Can you unmute, Vasco?
Let me say hi to everybody.
Vasco, why are you sticking right there, brother George? The two seditions.
Oh, my brother here tonight. Thank you. At least with two. So Nelson, this is something that most of these guys fail to realize when it comes to political parties, because political parties, especially in Liberia, what I know of, they are headed by what? Executive committee. Every political party in Liberia, and the executive committee is the higher decision-making body of every political party. It's not the standard bearer of the party. And that committee is headed by the chairman. So that's why I said the last time, before you can come out with a decision to support any of these parties in the runoff, that's the reason why you hear these people saying we have to go and consult. We have to go and sit down and discuss. So in the process of going and have that discussion among the executive committee members, a full person of that committee say we want the party to go to this party A, and the other group come and say party X. Right away, that is a faction. That is what happening to us.
So it means that you subscribe to that whole argument of ACO being factionalized, and that a faction pledged her support to the Unity Party while another faction went to the CDC.
Yes, it is clear. The party chairman and the standard bearer is one side, the vice standard bearer, the youth league, the women league. Today you saw in Kakata, you saw the group of ACO people pledging support to CDC. That is what we're talking, because these people never came out with one understanding. Okay? So definitely there will be a faction. That local ANC, Alexander Cummins, although he is the head of the party, he is the standard bearer, but he knows very well that the higher decision-making body of the party is the executive committee. So today the executive committee came out from yesterday, and they said we were endorsed. Maybe Cummins wanted to stick with the promise he made during the campaign, but because he know that these people have the highest saying, not him.
But Vasco, do you really see this as fairness on the part of Mr. Cummins? Given that he said one thing during the campaign period, not even considering the very point you're making, talking about the executive committee saying one thing during the campaign period that If he doesn't win the election, he's going to throw his support behind the opposition. Now he's coming back to say something that is complete. I mean, just the contrary to that of what he said. Do you see that as fairness on the part of Mr. Cummins?
Brother, when it comes to the statement, I would say actually it wasn't fair. But we should also take into consideration that during campaign messages, people say stuff. But would those people live by what they say?
So if Mr. Cummins cannot live by what he's saying, or if he did not live by what he said during the campaign, do you trust him now that the EC has pledged their support to the CDC? Do you trust him, given that their political leader said one thing and now they're doing something else? Do you trust those guys?
Yeah, I trust Cummins. And the only reason why I trust Cummins because Cummins came out. Cummins said they took the election commission to tax as the head of the party. So based on that, after the executive committee member came out with the final resolution to support CDC, he appealed to them, saying this is the case, cannot stay out because I have issue with the National Election Commission. But like I said to you guys today, all these things people say about Cummins is in support of the CDC. But I know there is so many factors beyond Cummins not putting himself on the front line. But Cummins is actually in support of the CDC.
Okay, so Vasco, we're gonna move on. There's another question here, but okay, so we're gonna move on with this. Now I see your hand up, Maggie.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
I wanna. Can I talk right after Vasco? Because Vasco said something. I want to talk right after him.
Okay.
When he's done.
Okay, so that's a good one. Let me say welcome to the show, BB. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Now, okay, so let's have you to come on. Just go ahead, Mikey. Go ahead.
Okay. Hi to my Liberian people and hi to the panelists in the studio around the world. Thank you, Vasco. I heard when you were speaking, I heard something, and I was like, thank God, someone who that know the CDC. I will no call coming in. Jesus.
There's a call coming in because you've gone.
Call coming in. Can you guys hear me?
You're good.
Okay. Someone that know the CDC just said something very important. He said during campaign, people say things that they don't mean. And now Vasco is saying to us, saying to the Liberian people, that whatsoever the CDC campaign is saying today, we shouldn't trust them. Because what they said during 2017 campaign, they did the same thing. Nothing was done for the Liberian people. And now they're coming back to you and they give you all the false promises. Vasco just said Mr. Cummins made a statement. But again, during campaign, people said a lot of stuff. And you shouldn't believe it. But I want to tell you what the UP people is saying to you. Believe it. Because Omer Bwaka is a man of his word. I send you I'm gonna heal a little bit of my time. I send you a recording. Can you play that for me? Coming from I don't know Nelson, I send you a recording. Can you play that on WhatsApp?
Okay, so
or you can look at it if it's appropriate, you can play it.
Yeah, I'll have to check that up and I have to review it as well.
Okay, so I will yield back, and once you look at it, if it's appropriate, and you play it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Now,
all right.
okay, so let's move to our brother Sharif. Sharif, we've
Yes, sir.
talked about this endorsement. Today there was a letter that came out from Mr. Cummins. I'm going to read that letter as well, but maybe I should post it. I should post the letter first before I can read that letter. But it basically has to do with the very happiness at the neck, the very reason why Mr. Cummins thought to remain neutral. And as we discussed on the previous edition of the show, we saw that, or we have seen that the Unity Party, or the CPP, sorry, have now decided, the EC, uh, which Mr. Kumi spoke of when he said they will make the decision, they've now decided to endorse the CDC. What can you say to some of those claims? Do you subscribe to some of those claims in the first place, that some of these endorsements are dollarized?
Absolutely. And I can say that for a fact, due to some of the happenings that have been going on in these elections. I'm going to give you an example. Prior to the second round, my uncle happened to serve as one of the executive committee member for All Liberal Coalition Party, ACO. And when we had a conversations when I was in Liberia a couple of weeks ago, and it was agreed that they was going to endorse, if there was any second round, they was going to endorse Unity Party. And when the election happened, and then they started receiving some resentment from two or three folks in the party. So, and it happened to be that most of these guys, they were somehow enticed by the CDC offer. So,
Some of
and
the guys from within the ACOP.
yeah, from the ARCOP, and most especially, I can name Ali Silai was one of them. So that to tell you that it's credible, and
What are some of the offers that they were enticed by, do you think?
they were enticed by that they should talk to the party leadership of ARCO. And one of the person that they pushed in front to, it was the Kalasco, to go and speak to the Madingo community, the Muslim community, try to convince them so that they can win their support behind CDC, knowing fully well how the ARCO performed in this election, and it would have been a major endorsement for them. So that was some of the things. So the ARCO executive committee went into deliberation on October 17. When they went to set, they went into that deliberation, and then they included elders, because we have to understand this. ARCO as a political party, the followers of ARCO do not just see ARCO as a political party. They do see it as an identity. They do see it as a symbol of freedom. They do see it as something that their life depends on. So it means a lot to the followers of ARCO. So as a result, they involved religious leaders and elders. So they went into deliberation on October 18, and then the deliberation ended on October 20th. When it came out, the elder council made a report, and then they sent it to Lucini Kamara. The report was they were going to go for, they were going to go with Unity Party. But again, it was two other members there. Alice Lai, he still hold his position today as a diplomat to Qatar, because he, from his point of view, is that CDC did not take his job from him. So he has that loyalty with the CDC government. And he's a very good friend of George Weah. And he's the one of the guy that did not partake in this endorsement. But this is what I have to say. That narrative of ARCO having faction, it's a nonsense. You look at it, we all saw the endorsement yesterday. There are two most important personalities in every political party. People go for two things. First, they look at a candidate, the person representing that ticket. That's the person that attracts the most people. Then after that, secondly, they look at the institution, the political party itself. But the most important person is the candidate who represents that institution. And Lucini Kamara, He is the one that endorsed the Unity Party yesterday, and you saw the event. Why the other faction that you are claiming that they endorse CDC? Why did they not use the party facility if they were
Thank you.
the genuine supporters? They should have used the party facility there. They could not, and they
Okay.
cannot.
So 10 seconds quickly on the Cummins issue. I want
So
to read this letter.
as with coming, I don't want to like indulge too much into that simply because like we always said here, Coming has killed his political ambition in our country, and Cummins will be a thing of the past simply because if you are a leader and you cannot make a drastic decision at this critical time, that means that you not have that capacity to perform as a president of a nation. Because if you are a president, there are bigger decision making that you have to involve yourself in, and for you for something like this to come in, you cannot take a side and stand by and defend yourself based on that position, then that means that you're not fit to lead a country of over
Thank you.
5 million people with different views. That means that you're not fit to be president. So we are asking you to vote for a better person who is in position to lead our nation, which is Joseph Numa Boakai, come November 14. Thank you.
Okay, so let's take BB. After BB, we'll take Josh. Then we'll go to Francis, and then Alfred, and then Amy. BB, go ahead. Let's hear your take on this issue. The endorsements. The CPP Executive Committee has finally endorsed the CDC. What do you make of these endorsements? What does it say about the process? Um, what's your take on the claim that some of those endorsements are dollarized? Let's hear your take on even the neutral role being played here by Mr. Cummins in this entire process.
Well, hey everyone. First of all, I will have to say is like when we talk about endorsement, I think one of the questions that we have to ask as, people of Liberia or even those political leaders is really what makes an endorsement strong. And for me, what makes our endorsement strong is the characteristics of those endorsements. And like I said, I'm a former CPP member because yesterday I did claim CPP, but today I'm not because I'm a person that like to hold people up to accountability. And Mr. Cummins have yet to do that. So when we talk about how strong the endorsement are, CPP endorsement is a piece of trash. Do you know why I say that? Because the characteristic from that particular party don't really show that Mr. Cummins and the rest of the CPP team have Liberia heart. Because I remember a lot of those things that were said, our country need change, we need this, we need that. But yet we are going back to the same system that we claim that we needed change from. So once again, I have no comments for that for the CPP because it's honestly a disappointment to Liberian people. And I think, but I actually like it because I feel like it's an eye opener for many of us. But I really want to just focus on the ACOP endorsement. And for me, it's a really big deal for Liberia, for the Unity Party and Liberian people, because as we know, Joseph Yuma Bwaka won in Lofa County, right? With a really high margin. And we're looking forward for that endorsement to be able to not even double that number, but like really do some amazing thing within Lofa County and everywhere else in Liberia that we see the ACOP at. And I'm really grateful that they were able to make that engagement. They were very happy about that. They started the engagement really early on when when the election of October 10 was over. So kudos to them for really standing up, being on the opposition side and knowing that, hey, we as a people, we have been talking about change and we want a better Liberia. And just the opposition plan, which is the Unity Party, really align with their goals and values. So I really appreciate ACOP's taking a step towards that.
Now, what's your stand on this claim that a lot of those endorsements, whether an endorsement of the Unity Party or an endorsement of the CDC, that those endorsements are dollarized?
I mean, but we see it, right? We've been hearing that. conversations about money being offered, and money is being offered, and people are chasing people down or wanting to collaborate because of money, not because of the interest of the people. And once again, like I said, ACOP didn't do that because they know that their interest is Liberia, is the people of Liberia, they're people of value, right? So they went for something that they stand for, right? But the ones that are running behind dollars, that's why you're seeing multiple endorsement here, and it's not really carrying any weight, right? Because they're in it for themselves.
Wow. Okay, so let's take
It cannot be the United Party that the ruling government doing that one. That dollarized thing.
So why
Oh
can't
yeah,
the Unity
obviously
Party?
not. Obviously, because
Why wouldn't the Unity
technically,
Party
Party don't have the money. So
We already said it now. And you or yeah were raising
Likely.
money the other day. You ever saw citizen raising money anywhere? Vasco said they control the state resources and everything. We don't want begging people to put our papa down together. So how can we pay people to cancel?
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you,
It's a
Jerry.
CDC
You are
that
not recognized.
dollarizing and
You are not
doesn't.
recognized. You are hijacking the show right now. Okay, so go ahead, Josh. Let's hear you. What's your take on the endorsement, Josh?
Thank
The
you.
ACOP, the CPP, and the neutral role being played by Mr. Cummins in this process. What's your analysis of that? And also, you can tell us what you make of the claim that a lot of the endorsements that are going on now are being dollarized.
Thank you, Nelson, and thank you to everyone, and especially to Vasco. Vasco, thank you for holding the ground down. Yeah, appreciate that. And look, I actually look at this whole endorsement thing differently. For the fact that I think endorsements in Liberia they are just empty talks. I think usually the most endorsement usually don't yield the necessary results. So usually I don't really take them important. But since they are the topic of the day, I want to venture in speaking to them. I think Mr. Cummins made a very good decision. Look, we are all people here, and we all got feelings, and we all know what is good for us and what isn't. And even if you are hungry and someone gives you person, you still got two choices: to either take the person or don't take it. But not taking the person is a decision that you've made. And I don't see a lot of people considering that he made a decision. He made a call. The decision was he's not going to stand, with either of the choices that are there, and I respect that. But look, everyone is, to their own view, so I cannot challenge what other people think. But I think he made a choice. Now, look, I don't want to go with George Weah, and I don't want to go with the United Party. So that was a choice of abstaining, and abstaining is a choice that people make. I think we all know that. And what I also want to say about that is that
Yeah,
when he
yeah,
made
Josh. Just before you go to just before you go to the next issue, the choice aspect. How do you reconcile the fact that Mr. Cummins at one point told the Liberian people that he would have thrown his weight or his support behind the opposition bloc, and at this point, when a lot of people are expecting that, he's coming back to say that he's going to play the neutral role because of the next situation.
and that's what I was coming to, and that's the tricky part. And but yes, from I took the whole time, when I listened to him, I took the whole time to think about what he was actually talking about, and I try to look at all the choices that are available. Let's look at the election. 20 parties, so 20 presidential, aspirants were out there on October 10th, and out of those 20, we got 19 of them are opposition.
Yeah.
And Cummins being one of those 19s, I think what he was looking at, he was looking at himself being, going for the second round if there was one. And he looked at other people going there. Apparently, he did not think that UP would have made it to the second round. And he knew that if UP had gone there, he wouldn't go for them either. You know what I mean? And look, it is his choice. He made his choice, and I don't think he was being tricky. I think if I want to be blunt with this, I think Mr. Cummings made a smart choice, and I'm going to vote for him 2029 if I'm alive and I'm able to be in Liberia at the time. I'm going to vote for him because I just feel that this guy is principle minded. He doesn't reward bad behavior. And that's why I've heard a lot of people say that, and I agree with them. Because look, politicians, and especially in our discourse, where people will behave any way they want to behave, and because it means that the people are behind him or behind me, so I can drag everyone along. I don't think it's the right thing. I think people should make responsible choices, knowing that no one will follow you if you are making a bad choice or you are behaving badly. I think Mr. Cummins made that decision, and I really, really admired it. Look, he didn't go for CDC. I'm a little frustrated with that, but I also realized that this guy is one of the guys who, regardless of where you want to put him, I think he's a guy who will stand by what he believes in, and those are the kind of leaders we want.
This
And,
the CPP executive committee endorsed the unity the CDC.
Yeah.
The ACOP endorsed the Unity Party. A faction of ACOP endorsed CDC as well. What do you make of the endorsements? Where do you stand when it comes to this assertion that a lot of these endorsements are dollarized? They are driven by money and political benefits, and what those individuals are going to get either now in terms of cash or hereafter in terms of governmental positions and all of those things.
Look, Nelson, everyone want to believe that people should follow them because of their platform. You know what I mean? And we all know that no president came to Liberia with a platform that I will make Liberians to be hungry. I will make Liberians to suffer. No, all the platforms from the time I was born to this day, all the platforms are always platforms that want to make Liberia better, and that's why people follow. But usually it does not materialize. So when someone tells you that I will vote for my country, everything that we do in our country, even in our personal life, is for our own benefit. No one goes into politics to say, I will not take pay or I will not enjoy the privilege of the presidency or anything. Everything that people do is to benefit them. And I think all those parties, if they even the ACO that went to the UP, they went there with a proposal. Make holiday the Muslim holidays, make it national holiday. The UP accepted that. That is interest. It's going to reward them something. So when someone sits here and say, it's dollarized, come on. If it's not dollarized, it's materialized, because material is my day will be recognized in the country as a public holiday, just like Christmas and other Christian holidays. I think that is a concession. And people would want to believe that they are doing it for money. No, come on. If you even do it for money, it's still okay, because no one does anything for nothing. People get rewarded. So I don't really mind what they say, but I just want to go to the ACO and the divided ACO, because I just witnessed on Facebook that in Kakata there was another endorsement by a faction of the ACO people there that endorsed the CDC again.
No, but you are treating George like a guest. So you got more
How
than
many
4
more
minutes.
minutes can you go for?
4 minutes.
Yeah, Nelson, Nelson, you gotta get that out of me. That's not cool.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, that's not cool, Nelson.
I knew it was
This is
coming.
not
Let's
here.
Some of us will even speak for 2 minutes.
Play the video. Let George understand it. Play the video.
Guys,
What video
no,
that
no,
try the massage?
Okay, so let's do this, right? George has 20 seconds to wrap up.
Thank you.
After George, we'll take
Well, before George add at 20 seconds, can I add Joseph Waka Yuma, Joseph Yuma Waka, his platform is about inclusiveness. So even if ACAP goes and say, hey, make the Mandingo people have holiday, so what? Mandingo people contribute to the income in Liberia.
I agree.
So it's not,
I think it's overdue.
One second. So they're not going to gain. It's not a personal gain for Joseph Yuma Waka. No, you're human beings. Okay. When you're talking about inclusive government, you include everybody. Christian, Muslim, whoever will have a place. We're not.
Okay.
It's not a party to judge people. It's not monetary gains.
And
So
then
you
those
can't
in
say make that
Kakata,
comment.
you went collected people
Because for
from the mosque.
somebody,
okay, guys, let's do
you can't
this.
do that.
Let's
But Nelson, you
remain
giving them 10 minutes to talk. Some people have time to add stuff.
Yeah, let's
talk about. It's not monetary gain.
You
This is going to
desecrated the
benefit
mosque.
other people.
Let's keep
Your
the
time here.
up.
Guys,
It's not monetary.
Let's keep the show calm. I think we started on a very good pace. The show is going well. We're receiving good feedbacks. Our audience, they say
Well,
they
it's
enjoy
not
the
because you're
Yeah, but
favoring
somebody
certain
the first
people,
claim
and
you
it's
have
not
to you
going
have to
well.
you have to
Okay,
you have,
so
you have to
George,
correct it. The
so,
endorsement today you're
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about, the football
but
endorsement
Sharif,
in
you
Jakarta
come,
today,
Sharif,
it
we're
was people
coming
at the
back.
mosque. Carrasco went and collected people from the mosque. Today was the Friday prayer. It
But
was a Friday prayer. He went.
Sharif,
Yes.
you will have the time to do that. Let's have George to conclude. 20 seconds. We
Okay,
move
thank
to
you.
Alfred and Francis, Amy, and then
Thank
we
you.
just do the last round. So you say your candidates,
Yeah.
and then maybe you can infuse that into it.
And thank you. And Bibi, you're quite correct. I think the Muslim holiday, it was also agreed by
That was very offensive because I have a Muslim background. That's very offensive. You can't say that. You can't just do that. You
Come
can't.
on. What's going on here?
It's because I mean you're talking about people. You don't bring people down and say you can't do that.
Come on, Nelson, take
Muslim
control
people
of
are
the show.
people.
Yeah, take control of the show, Nelson. Take control of the show. This is ridiculous.
Guys, let's do this.
monetary.
Let's
You
do
can't
this.
do that. That's
Yeah, so
wrong.
let's do this, Bibi. Please, let's mute once we have another panelist on the show. Let's give them the time to conclude. Interruptions will just drag this thing and we'll not go anywhere. But Josh, please conclude.
Look,
Make it.
like I said, I agree with Bibi. I think making a holiday for Muslim in Liberia, I think it's overdue, and I think that same proposal was accepted by the CDC that we wanted to do that because I mean they're Liberians, they should be afforded the same courtesy as everyone else. So I don't think I just mentioned it because these are concessions that you take to wherever you want to join. Can you accept this? If you accept it, then I can join you. So those are all concessions. Those are a benefit to you because you want it. If you want something and they give it to you, it's benefiting you, whatever it is, whether material or money. So that's what I wanted to say. What I want to say as well is that, look, this election will not be won by endorsements. It's going to be won by people reaching out to others. So let's just continue to vote number 2 because George Weah is the best guy for this country to make it to move forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let's take Francis. Francis, go ahead.
Yeah, I will work my way backwards because I know this part just created a big issue with the rewards. And I know George acknowledged a little bit about the holiday, and we all agree that it's way overdue that our Muslim brothers and sisters need a holiday. But when you talk about it's okay, you want to put that in the same boat or category as people that accept the monetary reward, that is for personal gain. And that is selfish and not in the interest of the Liberian people. Because when and the reason why ARCOP did not even believe the CDC that they were going to create that holiday, because CDC has no credibility. And especially going for a second term, they have nothing to lose. The same thing with CPP. That's why I even said they are a joke. And all these endorsements with the CPP and the faction from ARCOP and ALP that go into the CDC, these are poison pills. These are poison pills because the Liberian people, like you, George, you're absolutely right. Endorsement is not going to win these elections, but the ordinary people. And the ordinary people are sick and tired of suffering, sick and tired of going to representative government officials' houses, sitting outside their doors and begging them for money and food. So it doesn't matter if CPP Executive Committee endorses CDC. That will even just enrage the people even more because their supporters are opposition. So those people that are breaking from the opposition and endorsing CDC, especially if it's not the party leadership or in the case of CPP, the executive committee, you're just disenfranchising your own voters because you came on board as I come like a referee with red card. And we know John Weah, one of the greatest soccer players ever. I still get emotional when I watch his highlights. So we know what red card is. You are out of the game. You missed 2 games. But then after that, you said all these things about him, and now you are going to say, these are my list of demands in your second term, and you believe that he will live up to his word. When his first term, he had all the incentive of keeping his word, and he did nothing. And speaking of reward, he rewarded all of his people. Building houses, getting mansions in South Africa, building houses in Liberia, while the Liberian people are still suffering. The Liberian people are still suffering. So these people, these partisans, they are feeling insulted. So yes, you are right. Endorsement will not win these elections for CDC or Unity Party. But the reason why Unity Party is going to win or has an edge is because the people are sick and tired of begging for their own money. You see, begging for their own daily bread. And the Liberian people are not lazy people. They don't want to be sitting outside like beggars. Give me the opportunity and get out of my way. That's the Liberian people mantra. Give me the opportunity, get out of my way. Let me make a living. So you're talking about alcohol and play. We all know that the Liberian people believe in the head. So if we're going to put emphasis on endorsement, the head of ARCOP endorsed Unity Party at the ARCOP headquarters. That throws more weight and has more volume, as opposed to somebody who is currently working in the government that decided to keep his job for. So I'm not mad at him because that's a selfish reason. He got to feed his family, but that's also a selfish reason. So he has no incentive of leading. But I can guarantee you, if he had gone along with that endorsement, he'll probably be out of a job today. Because Joshua is that vindictive and smart minded, and he was going to fire that dude the next day. But that dude is smart. He had
has not even spoken about 2 minutes
on his family's table. I'm sorry, Sherry.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
He cut you off. You didn't speak for 2 minutes.
I know,
guys,
all the people
guys, you have to stop. You have to stop
No,
this
but
mini
let
game.
me just take 10 seconds just say something to you. It doesn't matter. This show is for all Liberians, right? So you did not go ahead recruiting bunch of opposition partisans to come on the show. So we can care less if there's only Vasco here or George. They can bring other people too. Let it come on, because for some of us, we sit and wait for you to post the link and get on. So they don't come on here because it's a one CDC person or two CDC people, so they get 5 minutes. Then because a bunch of Unity people
we have the timer. We have the timer all set. We have the timer all set now, and I think we're good on that.
I mean,
after if you didn't give it John 10 minutes to speak,
right? But now we are about to get minutes.
No, Jerry. If anybody should talk on it, it should not be you, Jerry. You are a staff regulator. You have
stop the preferential treatment, please.
No, guys, don't do that, man. Don't do that. Please go ahead, Alfred. You will not put me $1, Sheriff. You not do that.
You know,
Alfred, go ahead.
Let me start with Cummins. You know, how can Cummins tell us that he had issue with the neck, but at the same time his surrogates are supporting the government, which is by extension the government of Liberia? How can he tell that? Look, let me say this. One Romanian American writer once says this. His name is Ellen Weiser. He said this. He said, you know what? We have to take sides. There is no such thing as neutrality, because your silence validates the oppressor. That's what he says. So for Cummins to come here and tell us that he's playing neutrality, you know what he has become in our Liberian palace? Mr. Cummins has become, I don't want to say the other words, a boyami. Those are all our high-head boys, they are all are used to let boyami sugar king. Mr. Cummins has become a boyami sugar king. He got no taste anymore. All the sugar in that boyami sugar king finished. Nothing there again. So let him just fan play and go sit down. Because
so let me ask you a question.
Hold on.
Let me ask you a question. You will conclude. Had Mr. Cummins supported or pledged his support to the UP, will you have categorized him as a boyami? Is that the right pronunciation?
The pronunciation of boyami. The boyami sugar, you know it. You live in Liberia, you know what I got boyami sugar.
Please go ahead.
But let me say, let me say this. Let me also say this. Look, we are at a critical juncture in our political history. Mr. Cummins is on tip. He is on tip of reassuring the Liberian people that if he does not make it to the second round, he was going to throw his weight behind an opposition candidate. What has changed? When he talked about a red card and said we gave Jowia a red card, he was very forceful. He was intentional when he said George Manuel Weah will have only one term presidency. What has changed? His surrogates, some of his surrogates were right on the blue app telling the Liberian people that rest price had gone up when people were trying to claim offense to get beg or rest to buy when they couldn't buy it. And they were telling Liberian people that George Weah has mismanaged the country and he needs to go. What has changed? What has changed? So for me, I just think that the whole endorsement issue by the CPP is a trash. Let me borrow the word from my sister. It's a complete trash. Because you know what? Those that support Cummins, those ordinary voters that saw him as a hero, he had just disappointed them, and that even have increased the level of disappointment that they will vote for Joseph Boakai if they never had any intention of voting Joseph Boakai. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks a lot. We'll hold you there. I think we're done, right? Ami? Is Ami remaining?
Yeah.
Can I 2 seconds? Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, so thank you, Nelson.
I mentioned we plan to win. So we planning to win in the first round. That may or may not happen, but that's the plan, right? Seriously, that's the plan. Now, in an unlikely case, we'll support the opposition candidate and we'll support it publicly. So, I'm on record here, and I mean it. I say what I mean what I say. We'll support.
I'm on
At least
record
George,
here, and I mean
George,
it.
you heard it?
I say what I mean.
I say what I mean, and I mean what I say.
Say
I'm
what
on
I
record.
Okay,
I
go ahead.
I know Bayami.
Take your 2 minutes. Go ahead. Let's hear you, Ami.
Obviously, he doesn't mean what he says, and Mr. Cummins is not neutral. I don't want you to believe that. He's lying to the Liberian people, and he's not man enough to stand in front of them and tell them his choice he had made. These two parties messed with Mr. Cummins, was it 2 weeks ago or a while back? If Mr. Cummins wanted to be neutral, he would have been said that. He knew he had something kissed at the neck at the time. He never did that. He told them to set up committees, they were meeting and whatever, what have you. And the day before, that committee will come up and make the announcement of who they're going with. Mr. Cummins come out and say, "Oh, I'm neutral." Then the next day they announce who they chose. And you think he's neutral in the whole thing? He's not. He just cowered to tell the Liberian people that he lied to them.
That's a sugar king right there. That boy, I'm sugar king right there.
And for people to say and talk about, oh, he's neutral, and I like, what? I mean, why couldn't he be neutral since 18, 19, 20, 21? Since George Weah, you felt like he was something good, you should have been neutral since then. Now, when you're no longer in a race, then all of a sudden you want to play the neutrality. It doesn't work like that. You're a coward. You lying to the Liberian people, and it's only take the people that don't understand you by now to know that you're lying. But some of us were too smart, and I think the people that were there for him, like my sister BB and Sandy, they see right through him. They don't buy it, and that's the beauty of everything. They're the one going to the poll to vote. Mr. Cummins is not in Liberia right now, so guess what? The next 6 years, under George Weah, under the irresponsible government, it's going to beat them, not Mr. Cummins. Mr. Cummins is in there for himself. That's why he doesn't care. And Agua is not split. If a vice president get up and say he doing something else, it doesn't mean that's ACO. ACO chose that man. Is he part of ACO? And those other women that are going pretending to be ACO, they're not part of ACO. They are different Mandingo women group then that ACO had already told a while ago to join and they refused. So Kalasco making them to look like they're part of ACO and they should act like they're on the side. They're against the plane. Those people have nothing to do with ACO.
Thank you.
So all of this is all a part of CDC games all the time, playing games, spraying our money out there, and people saying that it's a good thing. Judge, we are letting him take his own money out of his pocket and give it out for people to vote for him and come to he will steal more money, but he shouldn't be spraying our money out and people think, oh, that's how it's supposed to be. It's everybody, something in there for somebody. No, you know what should be in there for somebody? The country doing better. Judge, we are doing good in our country. Our children are off the street. Drugs is out of our country. That
Thank
should be the only reason why somebody should put a weight behind somebody, not stolen money.
Thank you. Let's hold you there. We are closing up now. I want you guys to take 1 minute each to say your candidates as part of our closing. So for this aspect, I'm going to set the timer. We're going to deal with the timer. Someone says I'm giving a particular group is preferential treatment. No. So I'm going to have the timer set. You're coming, give me
I didn't
extra.
talk for 2 minutes. I know that's right.
We're not going there. So we will set the timer and then okay, so let's make it 1 minute 30 seconds for every single person you set here to say why they're
going to the lines.
We're not going to the lines. I think we're just hold at that. Or you want to use your closing time for us to go to the lines? We can do that.
Yeah, we can do that. That's here for our people.
No, man, we can't. If we're gonna close, we have to close. And if we're gonna take the line, we can take the line. And
yeah,
close.
we have to be clear with that
we do both.
yeah,
if we close. If we go to the line, it's important that we close.
Okay, so let's go to the line.
So guys, just do your closing. Just do your closing. We take our calls and we'll go. We take few calls and we'll go.
Yeah,
all right.
That would be good. Yep.
So we'll come back. Nobody closing again, unless if there was a specific question asked to anybody, then you can address that question. So let's
Can
start.
I close when we get back?
No, you can't close when we get back.
It can be to a specific president, especially when you attack a specific presidential candidate. There are two of them.
No, Jerry, that opportunity looking forward to extend the thing. And I get time for it. Let me tell you. So we'll start with Francis. We're gonna follow the queue. Let's start with Francis. I'm setting the timer now. Francis, you have 1 minute 30 seconds. I'm sorry, guys. So those of you in the background, sorry, due to limited space, we just can't take you now. Especially our brother Anthony, I see you in the background, but you're in the car. We can't take you from in the car. Sorry.
Anthony is neutral. He had no say in this. He had no fish in his oil.
Francis, please go ahead.
Need to stay on the fence.
Let him go to Freedom
FM.
No,
stop that, Jerry. Stop that. Jerry, stop that. Jerry, guys, just stop that.
Francis, if you need time, they can stop. We're gonna go on inside.
Oh no, I don't need time. I'm just waiting for Nelson for everybody to start. Then Nelson start my time.
So okay, I'm starting your time now. So here is it. You can go ahead.
All right. So my Liberian people, the reason why you need to get George Weah out of office and bring Joseph Boakai in is a few things. One, police, security. George Weah told you to get CCTV. That means when the armed robber is breaking into your house, Jerry record it and hope to survive because no police coming. I was in Liberia last January. Police don't have cars. They stay in the street begging that uniform dirty. How you ask somebody to die for you if you're in trouble, but the president is a beggar? How can you ask a beggar to die for you? The police people are not respected in our country, and that's terrible. Under Joseph Boakai, the police will be respected and people will want to go and join. Secondly, healthcare. People die in that place. Drugs expire. You can barely afford the expired drugs. Pregnant women go to the hospital, if they can barely be seen, or if they give birth, they hold them hostage in the hospital. So the healthcare system is terrible. Secondly, education. They talk about free education. Nothing is free. Where does the money come from to pay the instructors if they are even getting paid? LU students are sitting on the floor. In high school, hundreds of students. How can a teacher teach properly? Your children are getting substandard education. The next thing is justice. Judge Weah should be able to speak up for all the library people because he was elected by the library people. But the Justice Department is not a personal lawyer. So
Thank you.
he shouldn't be acting like that. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. So we take Vasco. Vasco, you can go ahead. Just do your closing for 1
Yeah,
minute.
thank you. I will be so brief. Liberian people. Okay, we got two candidates in the race right now. We got one candidate who's been in office for over 42 years. And if you look at the life of that candidate, he cannot sustain himself. So, and the parents that cannot sustain themselves, that cannot take care of themselves, cannot take care of their children. So this is just the example. Baka cannot maintain our country because when you look at his life, even up to present, we see people taking care of him. As a former vice president, this is disgraceful. And the President Weah is like a godsend to us. You follow his track record, you're going to know what he's been doing. This is a man that just came to power in the last 5 to 6 years. There is great changes in Liberia. The things that we have in Liberia, we never had it before. So give this man his second chance so we can extend electricity to most part of our country, so you guys can have safe drinking water, so the road can go from Monrovia to Lufa County, so the road can go to Nima County in the rural part of Nima, so we can enjoy our country. So Georgia is number 2 on the ballot on November 14th. Go out there and cast a vote for number 2. Thank you.
So Vasco did this in 1 minute 25 seconds. So we move to Jerry. Jerry, the man are near you. He did it in 1 minute 25 seconds. I hope you're taking notes.
When Jerry keep talking, just mute him. Just mute Jerry and tell him that
No,
he did that.
it's difficult to mute Jerry because Jerry can unmute. So I'll remove Jerry from on set once. So if they may talking, as soon as you see a movie, they mean that it may talking. So go ahead, Jerry. Let's hear you.
Yeah, it was very, hilarious when I listened to my man that George Weah is God sent. Is God a madman to send criminals to loot our country? He
hear us like that.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a madman to send people who will be murdering people and do all that stuff. But what is important to you, my people, is that you saw the man you say how the country at heart. It's about time that will do the final surgery. He's at the hospital. Let's do the surgery and take the country for his heart. Claudia, I know anything that in a man had, then you say country there. Joseph Boaka saying, you will not say you call ambulance, then you say my bag before you go to the hospital. No. Even though George Weah said that nobody is going to be rejected from the hospital because they didn't get money. He said it on SKD. If you think a lie, go to YouTube and listen to his speech. George Weah say you're going to create plenty of jobs. When you ask them, they say we employ people in the government. They increase what they call our wage bill. They say they harmonize people pay. It means they wanted to make all the directors to make the same salary, but it's not true. When they take your pay, they reduce it, then they bring sedition and put them there. Joseph Boaka said no. Joseph Boaka said no stealing. Joseph Boaka will not take your money and go pay private homes. Joseph Boaka will not take your money and go steal anything. He number 1 on the ballot paper. You please shine your eye. You will not listen to Ellis Comedian who say they want to run 2029.
Thank you.
What is supporting George Weah. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so we move to Alfred. Alfred, go ahead. Do your closing.
Well, I just want to extend my thanks and appreciation to all these brilliant individuals who have joined us tonight with the revolutionary consciousness to talk to our people, to let our people know how definitive we are when it comes to Liberia. And we are not joking. George Weah is a burden and he needs to go. So come November 14th, our people, y'all go to the ballot and vote Joseph Boaka. Joe Boaka say when y'all make him president, they will have job in the country. And in Georgia, we are seeing it over and over. It will not be like it's going to be easy. We're not gonna do it the way Georgia and people do it. They just kind of follow the government bidding there with part of people not even get any sense. You just follow them there. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna restructure this country. That means all of us. That's why you see Joe Biden asking all of us for money. He in Costa Rica, in Ghana, he refused $30 million. He said, no, I want that kind of money. I'm going back to my people. We will put our money together and we'll build our country together. That's why he say, think Liberia, love Liberia, and we will build Liberia together. That's what he said. So I beg you, come November 14, go and vote Mr. Boakai so that we can build this country back together that have been behind. Look at Ghana there around. Oh, Ghana there around so big country that when somebody say be flying.
Thank you.
So we say go and vote Joseph Boakai number 1. Come November 14. Thank you.
Thank you. You read 1 minute 30 seconds before you bring local Ghana. let's take BB. BB, go ahead.
I'm speaking my Liberian English today. Sorry for you. My Liberian people, me I coming talk yet. And not even from the UP party. My party that I choose, our the CPP party. But me I'm not there anymore because there are now people that you can hold accountable. I will Bwaka because Bwaka say he will help us get job, get businesses. What the road not be nothing, even the people in face road for you say. But what will you going and you get food to eat on the road? You understand me? Bwaka say he will help market women, market men. You know, you get your own business. You get your own business. You ought to go to the bank and get loan for that. But after getting a loan, he gonna make sure that when you get a loan, you understand how to use that money. Not just doing market, you can't see in profit, but helping you understand how to be able to make that business. When you make that business, you can send your children to good school. He talking about when we talk about school business, not just any kind of school, but making sure that now all book in our school ever same book our children just learning all material. He won't change that system. So our children can learn just the way how they put learning in Ghana, they put learning in Nigeria, they put learning in South Africa. He really won't help us to make sure our government, you understand that we all align, we all making sure that we're doing the right thing. We're thinking about one another. We're making sure that we putting our country first, our children to make sure that our children are actually doing good things in the Liberia here, not just sitting out there following behind Baba smoking drugs. So my people, and I'm for United Party, but let's choose the Omen. Vote number 1.
Thank you.
I wish I could put him on back. You
the other people English that get a line.
Thank you. I think you Sandy can try more than you, but I think you do well.
She made me say I was doubting her, but tonight,
okay,
I give it up to you.
So let's what the man with the red hat. Another
I think I'll throw hit on me.
African show medicine man. My
brother,
I'm from Nigeria.
Josh, go ahead. Let's hear you do your closing. 1 minute.
Thank you. My Liberian people, I think you know. Every time you can hear the people say it's good to be with the devil you know than an angel you have never seen. George, we are not saying it's angel. We're not saying that he's done everything that he wanted to do and that we want him to do. But there is chance, there is time to do it again. And what he started, we know that he can end it. George Weah has brought great change to Liberia. Some of the things that we're not even thinking about. All we're thinking about is to get food on the table. But George Weah said, no, think bigger. He's brought about recreation. Now you can go outside and play with your children in the park. You can do a lot of things. He said, look, not just food, but you got to be healthy. Even you can eat all the food in the world. If you're not healthy, it will not be okay for you. So you have created all these things for us to exercise, to make sure that, we feel good. As citizens, we are fit and everything else. George Weah is doing extremely well, even when it comes to the roads. Look, I rode from the airport to Monrovia. It was really rocky, very bumpy, but when they are constructing road, the high can be. When the road finished, before it'll be smooth again. So George Weah is doing that. He created that, that slot to do it. The money was not available. He managed to put everything together. Most of the little roads that are around the town, he took the money from there and said, look, our capital city, and especially the only airport we got to get a good road coming from there, because that will be the gateway for our country. So please vote for George Weah. Vote number 2. Come November 14th. God bless you and God bless Liberia.
Let thunder fire you.
Thank you. So we take
Check.
we take Maggie. Maggie, go ahead. Let's start here. Yeah.
Right about to talk call came in. You can hear me?
Yo, speed it up, bro.
Okay. I coming try to with a let me see if I can try with the BB. My Liberian people on November 14th, you got a choice. You see your country, you're not get ambulance. You know the thing they call ambulance, right? When you sick, you to your heart in peace. You're supposed to dial number like 911 emergency number. Then an ambulance, right? They will come to your house and pick you up and take you to the hospital. You are not right pimping. You are not right
Keke.
Keke. Thank you. You are not right Keke. Ambulance will come and pick you otherwise and JMB won't bring to you. You then when you sick, you go to the hospital, eh? The doctor will not tell you say go to the church to go buy your own medicine and bring it. If you were got if sorry, yeah, they kept calling me. If you will go to the hospital and the doctor then tell you say go down to the pharmacy, bring your own medicine. When are you going to the hospital, my people? Eh? You go to school, you still using Joseph Chicken Rawa and book. That thing need to change. JMB say when he come, our children will learn big book then. You see LU. If you go to LU, look at the building our university put in city that in. The building so bad. You know bad building people can get sick from bad building. I'm a nurse. Yeah, I'm a nurse. People get sick. They got plenty sickness in bad.
Thank you.
Unless it's a female, so sometimes they get smart to it.
No, see, I'll take that button for you, but don't try me.
So for Ami, I get mute button for her. That they remove button I get for Ami. So
don't even try me, Nelson. We'll fight all day.
Go ahead, Sherry. Let's hear you.
Liberian people, there's one thing I have to say to you tonight. George, we had a rule. They make it steal.
We're talking.
They make it steal. And let me say again, they made a rule.
We're
George, we
talking.
had a rule.
We're talking.
So the reason why we're saying George, we had a rule, the money that was meant for you and your family, the money that's supposed to go to you. When the coronavirus hit our country, the international community donated money. They call it stimulus package. That stimulus package supposed to come and assist our people to give them rest, give them medical equipment. So we have took that money here in Finland, the 80. And again, the country money we have, the money that's supposed to go to the hospitals, so that when you get sick, you go to hospital, medication there. But now, paracetamol is not even in our hospitals. So we had a rule. You know, eat all that money. The money that's supposed to face the road so that you can go see your grandma and grandpa in the villages. Here in group, they not steal all that money. Joe, we had a massive group. They made a criminal.
Now why you doing it? Be laughing.
The school system. The school system. Our children are not getting good education. Our curriculum, like my sister said, is just a jingle curriculum. It's not updated. We don't even have good library. All the money that's supposed to be allocated for that, they may not eat everything. So we don't want that to be happening again. Our people are dying. Our hospitals are not working.
Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Moba, you can do your closing. Moba, I mean, one of go.
No problem. I mean, you want to go or you want me to go?
Okay.
Go
One
back.
more
You know, I can go back. If two of you can put your time together,
Next,
go to let me say something. All right.
and let me end my talk. In the meantime, my people,
Which
people
story coming in?
He's the
beg
number
you.
one on the ballot.
Go ahead,
Thank you
Mama.
so much.
That
All right.
remover button, you moving to small now. but
My
let's
Liberian
hear
people,
Mama. Yeah.
this morning, 14, you're going to the ballot box. Y'all make sure you take George Weah out. And let me emphasize, my brother Vasco said something about water and sanitation and other stuff on the George Weah. My brother, I got a house I paying water bill in Liberia more than 3 months. Every month that money, right? I paying it, but water not coming in the house. When I tell my family to stop paying the water, to stop paying the bill, they say if they stop, meaning they will cut the whole sunning off, meaning in water can they will not receive it. So forget about that thing. Where in the world you pay water bill 3 months, 4 months, and then your water can come in your house. Then you're talking about water. Bro, you shouldn't come here and lie to Liberian people. Secondly,
Let me pay your house in the finish.
we're gonna finish. I said running water. Call it a village.
Guys, stop. Let's
Call it a city. So that's it, my Liberian people. George, we are lied to y'all. He stole your money. He built a lot of houses. And let me not emphasize on this. Let me conclude by saying this. I hear my brother George talking about the road. That road money was allocated during Malam Eddie George's regime to complete the airport. That money was given, and Samuel 12 used that money. He said because there was COVID time, so he used the money to pay salary. And which, of course, are not intend to pay salary, intend to complete the road from the airport all the way to EW Junction. So don't come there and lecture us. I submit.
So la.
Thank you. Amy?
Yes, sir.
Take us home.
Okay.
The rescue missionary.
Just be aware that the removal.
Bow your heads and close your eyes.
Our oil thought whole day I can't for you to give me 2 minutes or 3 minutes, they're cutting me off.
So sorry, Mama, we're talking for you too.
All right,
All
so
the time we're
15
talking for
minutes.
you.
Imagine.
Please start Amitan over, yeah. Please start Amitan over.
My turn haven't even started yet.
I mean, don't forget,
So,
the government gave CPP money to share a money.
500,000.
No, guys, stop. Listen.
All I want.
I mean, please do your closing quickly. We have to go.
Okay, so guys, our good book make us believe that God does not give you any bad things. Everything God gave us is good. There's no way God could look at Joshua and give him to us. The first thing for a government, the first responsibility is to provide security for their people. That's the first number one. And Joshua failed miserably. Okay? Joshua, there's no security in the country. Then we talk about education. And then we talk about sanitation. The only place when I went to Liberia that I seen good all the road, that internet road, and the guy in that brain and they talk about building the community road. The only place I saw good road in front of George Weah house, and it was not even up to date. That's the only thing George Weah only care about himself and not you. Don't let anybody sit on here that become George Weah fan and has idolized him and don't want to get over the soccer playing fan mentality, and they want to bring it into our country, that he should continue to rule. Don't even believe that you're the one living your life. You know exactly what you're going through in Liberia. Don't let nobody come here and lecture you that your stomach running and say, oh, it's okay, but you're supposed to go play in the park before you can eat. Don't let nobody tell you that. If you don't have security in the country, there's no way your children can go to the park to go play. When you sick, your children sick, you're not taking them to the park to go to the hospital. When your children need security, doctors, now to the park, they'll be saying now your wife needs to give birth, you're not taking her to the park. So those things that things that comes later. Then after they finish stealing all the money, then they come bring something to rub it around your mouth, that mediocre life that they want you to believe in. Oh, the person is doing something. Only people who don't believe good better for themselves will look at something and call it good. November 14th, go to the polls and vote number 1, JMB.
Number 2, that invalid vote.
For a responsible government.
Keep firing, Amy. Keep firing. Don't stop.
Nothing has you said that meaning for me for the first time.
And education, everything. JMB number 1.
Nelson, you still have you still got money for me. Remember I healed back for that 2 minutes.
Oh, 2 minutes.
Your mini expire. It expire. Your mini expire.
We will try to find it after the show. We'll find that mini. We'll gather it, and then tomorrow we try to use it.
Nelson,
But again, I want to
Nelson.
say thank you to everyone. Jerry, I want to say thank you for being here tonight.
Yeah,
You
no,
did
I just
an
wanted to
excellent job.
genuinely say this. Genuinely. On behalf of the rescue team, the campaign team, we'd like to say thank you. Even my big brother is following, Stephen Johnson. They have acknowledged everything we do here. They are very grateful. There's a time I can promise you, many of them going to come here. I mean, for the few days that we have, to interact. I mean, our fellow missionaries would like to say a big thank you. On behalf of the team, they say they see what you're doing. Liberia will pay you. Liberians will pay you. So thank you very
Go
much.
get it, man. You did your
Thank you.
Let me just say something quick, please.
We're not doing
Let me
it
say
for
something quickly.
recognition.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, quickly. Look, it's just a suggestion, and I hope that it will land on fertile soil in your hearts. I just want to people here like BB, the names. Can we just put our real names on these things? Because we don't have anything to hide. I just want people to put a real names. Like
I think I'm fine with the way my name looks.
That's my name.
That's my name.
Anyway, going up, you ask for
If you want to use your name, George, that's fine. That's my name, Maggie.
That's suggestion. That's
No, that's my name.
I want to say thanks to everyone.
We're on TV. That's all. We're on TV. So I just suggest.
That's my name.
Okay,
Such a blessing, Nelson.
My name is Maggie. Yeah.
George,
I want to
this
say
is not
thank
Christian
you.
Mingo.
Where you get your horse at?
My man, listen, forget about mobile house.
It's Zoro.
Give me.
I said, remember, wait.
Because my heart rate is
Even
still
what
my people ain't getting water. My heart
listen,
rate
even what? Listen. Let me that clear the air, Nelson. Give me 1 second. Even your horse in a hole, right? As long the running water pipe is going there, you sort of get water. So don't
As long you pay for it,
so forget
water coming. My water coming. My children.
But you lie. You seditious, you lie. No water
Nah,
coming.
man, let me speak.
Come in, my man.
Lie.
Wait,
I got 2 horses in Labrador. No water running. I pour water, everything.
That's why I say you pay your horse.
Kept it out per month.
Mama, he got water tank that water
Tell
coming.
it that I have
No, listen.
Vasco, regardless of the house location, the functioning government responsibility
Thank you very much.
Shame on you that you coming on here and you trying to back the government for not doing their job.
But guys, let's close the show peacefully. Okay. So let me say, guys, let's do this.
Vasco, you all right?
Let me say thank you. Thank you. But Jerry, you're interrupting the show. So let me say thank you to you, Vasco, for being here tonight, representing the CDC. We appreciate you for coming on. To you, Jerry, thanks for being here. Jerry is the new messenger now.
Let me just
the man is the messenger or the listener.
CPP received 500,000 and we're trying to verify that information. So just so
where
you
news coming from? What's your source?
Just so you know, we're trying to
verify. Making power in our chat room right now.
Okay, so let me say thank you to you, Alfred. Thanks to you, Josh. Josh,
looking at you.
You're talking about my new role. I didn't hear you say that.
We appreciate you. Yeah, you listen.
Prince Johnson a good man.
Thanks to you, Sharif, Sheikh Sharif, and Ami. Thanks as well for being here. Moba Zokia, our co-moderator, thanks for being. But our co-moderator now has
no more daylight.
4 auditors, no more day. Prince Johnson, your 4 auditors in no more days.
We got.
I don't Prince Johnson a good man to you.
But I want to say thank you, man. Thanks to everyone.
$2 million every year.
You don't look at it one and I Prince Johnson.
$2 million that when you are making every year. Nothing to do
with you guys.
Yes.
Prince Johnson was supporting you.
That was budget for his office. So I'm giving out false information.
Money
you running an office, you need money to run an office.
Money
Tell her for that woman why you leave me
At
there.
least you are sitting over there.
So
that Vasco go.
Oh,
Remember, I'm the
You say,
co-moderator.
oh, my mini no.
and that's it control it around you.
Bye,
Bessie, I'm the
Vasco. Bye.
co-moderator.
Bye.
Ways. No, I
Madame,
want.
Remember, I'm the
if you can
co-moderator.
speak, to tell say, oh, what 30 years go my library. So then
Move for here.
Oh,
Get
so
him.
listen. I mean, oh no, George gone. I mean, gotta go. Bye. Okay, so folks, we want to say thanks a lot to all of you for being here tonight on another edition of the Late Night Show. We'll be back tomorrow. My name is Nelson Collet. Until then, have for yourselves a good night. Let's remember to keep the peace. Liberia is all we have. We've been live on Spoon 107.5 FM, Fabric 101.1, Super 95.5, and also on Facebook, Spoon TV Live, Fabric TV, and Super TV, and also on YouTube, Spoon Talk Live. Thanks a lot. Have a good night, and bye-bye for now.
Yes, I, a special one from the CEO, Stan Connell with the spoon, and your boy, Friday the Southern Band, Charges on the beat.